Hello.
Did you guys just hear that?
No, I didn't. I did whatever you, whatever you asked. If I heard, I did not hear.
Okay, cool. Well, that's probably as loud as it will get. So...
It's funny because I'm actually waiting on a burrito right now, so I'm gonna be like silent for a bit at the beginning. But I'll still be here.
Oh, good.
Just gonna
It's been a while
Kind
since
of
I've been here,
burrito.
so...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's a fucking really nice burrito place.
Oh my gosh.
I like good burritos.
So
All right, so the first thing I want to ask you about is whether you saw that Bill Maher Oscar video or not.
Yeah, but it's
Oscar
impossible to
movies are
take
so
seriously
depressing.
though.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause he's
he always
like-
has
he's
the
not
same
like-
stupid smug expression on his face.
He's
It's
trying
so
to do
annoying.
comedy, so
Yeah.
I don't believe that it's like
not- it's
entirely
not
serious.
work.
It's probably coming from like a place of truth, but I don't think
I
that
don't
it's like really sincere.
The most
Like-
egregious thing about it is just that it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
And it's also annoying how he's like, here's spoilers for this movie without
Yeah, he
warning.
did spoil the
the
end
movies.
of all of those
Wow.
things. That's true.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
don't watch it if you
annoying.
don't want to be spoiled.
And he's like objectively got the plot of Nomadland wrong. He's like, oh, this woman like loses everything after her husband dies of cancer. But in the beginning, it's very obvious that she loses everything because like that gypsum plant shut down, and he doesn't even mention
Financial
that.
crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just, it's impossible for me to be like offended by it because I just don't take it seriously and I don't see it as like any kind of like real authority
I
on.
wish I didn't have a class.
Do you do the same thing with like Armin White? Kind
Yeah,
of?
but he is like a published film critic,
Oh, baby.
right?
There's a cat.
So I don't know if I.
Yeah.
I mean, I also don't take Armand White seriously, but I find it amusing.
I mean, yeah, he objectively got several major plot elements of Good Time wrong. Literally, one of the sentences from that review is, Connie does all his criminal actions throughout the film while mentoring his brother. Like, even if you just look at the IMDb synopsis,
Yeah.
that's not what happens at all.
I don't know. Maybe he
Mentoring.
is
It's just like,
phrasing
did he
it
even
strangely,
watch the
or maybe he
movie?
didn't watch the movie.
Well, but yeah.
No good times were had. 0 out of 10.
I think you've already mentioned this, Adam, but it's kind of funny that he has an essay in one of the Criterion
Yeah,
films.
Revanche.
Yeah, Revanche.
Yeah.
The Oscar moms. People still watch that shit?
It's very funny.
Oh,
People still watch what?
The Oscar noms?
Oh, I mean, I watch the Oscars to make fun of them.
Oh,
I watched
fair enough.
most of
Which
the
is the
Best
only
Picture nominees.
Appropriate one.
I haven't
Yeah.
gotten to Sound of Metal. That's the only one left.
Yeah, I'll do a video
Yeah.
on the Oscar noms soon. So.
Yeah. Part of me is
I-
almost interested in watching Promising Young Woman just because of how many people have been yelling at each other on the internet about the ending because it's so controversial and audacious. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
Like, I
stopped
never made
watching
it to
about
the
like
end.
yeah,
Wasn't
I
that
shut it off like
controversial?
20 minutes into it and then skipped to the end, so I know what the ending is,
Oh wow.
but it
Did
doesn't
you
matter.
like it? Was it like
Damn.
Was the ending satisfying?
It was
or
like
anything?
the ending seemed to be the only interesting thing about the entire movie. Honestly, I was like,
And
oh, that's
was
kind of
it?
interesting, and then I didn't feel like watching the whole thing to get to that point though.
I mean, did you feel like it was
Damn.
earned based on the chunk that you saw?
Probably not. I mean,
movies,
it was an interesting choice, and I'll leave it at that. I didn't really.
I got like an hour
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, I mean, like the first thing I like saw about that movie was Chris Stuckman's review, in which he was like, "Yeah, I enjoyed a lot of the movie, and except for like the last 10 minutes. And darn, I want to talk about it so much, but I can't say anything because I don't ruin the entire thing."
Yeah, I'd imagine the. I'm not gonna say anything about it. Actually,
yeah.
it's difficult to talk
Would you
around
say
it.
anything about it in your review? You know, your whole Oscar noms vid.
I don't know. We'll see when I get there. I still
I've
gotta
been
watch
watching about
The Man Who Sold His Skin. So
The man who sold his skin.
So did you just stop
What?
watching Promising Young Woman because it was like boring?
It was
Or just
poorly presented. The
You
editing
kind
was
of-
atrocious. The tone and soundtrack was obnoxious. Fucking
Did you get-
Carrie Mulligan was good. Everybody else seemed really fake and kind of like a caricature, which is, I guess, kind of the point if you really want to like get into like the subtext of the movie. But I just felt like regardless of what it's going for in terms of like, oh, this is a social commentary and we're flipping the roles of this and blah blah blah, and the viewer is being subjected to this and blah blah blah. I get it, but you have to like also have something that looks like well filmed at the same time for me to like want to continue watching it. And I just wasn't into the characters. I wasn't into the story. I wasn't into like it. Just throughout the film, what really turned me off of it and what made it like particularly annoying was like, I agree with the message that it's sending, but it feels way too preachy. Like I don't like watching a movie where it just feels like I'm being preached at, and that's it. Because that's what it felt like.
Did you hear about the whole controversy of like the Variety review of Promising Young Woman, in which like the writer was in the last paragraph was like, yeah, certain aspects of Mulligan's performance wasn't good. She kind of like wears her makeup like bad drag. Then Mulligan was like, oh, he's personally attacking me by saying I'm not hot, and that like all women should be.
Oh really? I have no idea.
In order to star
I'll have to look it up later.
And then like Variety like put an apology at the beginning of their review or something.
I don't know. I'll look it up later.
We apologize for the insensitive language that undermines her daring performance. And then the National Society of Film Critics was like, oh, I object to this.
It seems like such a non-controversy to me.
Yeah,
it seems.
I don't know if I will look it up later.
I thought it was
sounds
pretty
boring.
funny, I guess, so that's why I mentioned it.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds silly.
As far as Oscar nominations go, I really wanted to watch The Father, but I'm going through some similar stuff with my grandmother, so I'm just scared that'll.
It's pretty intensive here.
Yeah, I guess some movies can do that.
I think out of all the nominations, The Father deserves it the most.
I hear it's really good.
From what I've seen,
I
haven't seen it.
I like Judas more. Sound of Metal's good also, but I think Judas is my favorite.
Hey Adam, before I forget, because I won't be able to stay this whole time, I yet again have another game to recommend, but this time it's nothing you can rush to.
What's up?
You don't have to rush to.
Did you say it's a game?
Have you played? Yeah, have you played My Summer Car?
Never even heard of it.
So since I got a steering wheel for my friend, it's just a fun experience. You build a car from scratch. That's not the sole focus.
It says survival game.
There's permadeath in it if you want.
Oh. Weird.
But it's very.
You just have a car. What do you do?
Okay, so the premise is it's 1998 or whatever in Finland. Basically, it's the summer. You got to find jobs to do to earn money, and in turn, buy parts or keep yourself alive. That sort of thing. It's fun. It's
okay.
A fun, stupid time.
I might check it out.
Damn it.
Is it like how big of a commitment is it? How long is it?
It depends on how big you want it to be.
All right.
If you want to just jump to building the car, you probably could.
Super chat asking if I've seen The Empty Man, or no, if we were talking about it. No, we weren't talking about The Empty Man.
Like Chris Duckman made that entire video about it. I was like, yeah, it's actually an underrated cult classic, but the trailer just looks so stupid.
I don't know.
Like, ooh, if you find a glass
I'll check it out because he said that, but
The Empty Man.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it when I can.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't.
Good. I don't know.
I'm gonna check it out, not thinking that I'll for sure enjoy it, but because I'm interested to see what he got out of it. So.
Yeah, I mean, like It Comes at Night was badly marketed, but that's a great movie. So
you never know.
Maybe it's the same thing, but
you never know.
Even though they're both pretty different, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was half and half on It Comes at Night, and I didn't watch any of the marketing. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I forget if I watched the marketing for It Comes at Night before I saw the movie.
Yeah, the marketing just makes it look like a dumb zombie movie. And you were wondering why those people on this podcast were like, ooh, this movie would have been awesome if there were zombies in it. That's because the trailer makes it look like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hate it when...
Yeah, I didn't see the trailer, but I saw, the poster. And
I mean, the poster's really cool.
Poster.
Like
the great poster.
Yeah, it's a nice poster.
Even if it kind of... I feel like it kind of gives the wrong impression, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's like, I don't know, if you ask the director, then it's like probably part of the point to like make the viewer feel the paranoia of the characters. You know.
Yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate.
I think like the most infuriating thing about the trailer for me was how they like presented like the door busting open as this big moment that would only come in the climax, but it happens in the very beginning when like the
I don't know if I would agree with that. You can't. I don't know if I would agree with it implying that it was the climax. I could watch the trailer again.
But it's at the very end of the trailer.
So that doesn't mean that there's nothing about showing something at the end of the trailer that implies that that moment is the climax of the film.
I don't know.
There are many trailers that have.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I could still see like the same people were like expecting It Comes at Night to be like a monster movie, to like expect like a monster to come through a door after it busts down, and then like being disappointed when it's just a guy at the very beginning. That's why I was complaining about that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just
I'm sorry.
Sure. What's
I was
up?
just gonna say, just before my burrito comes, because I'm gonna have to be silent. You remember that Soviet director I recommended some films of? Like you added a bunch.
Yeah, I'm
like
sure
the
they're on my
Cranes Are
watch
Flying.
list.
Yeah, like so, like the crane. Like basically, the first time I saw a film of his, it was just like this art house cinema which I used to go to all the time before COVID, and yeah, someone like works there recommended I see a film of his called I Am Cuba. Some of you here might know what that is, but it's based, and it was like just fucking insane. It's essentially like 4 like separate stories, but it's like just it's absolutely insane, like the way it's filmed. And there's a scene in I can't recommend it enough, but there's
Vincent
a scene
Ferrez.
What's that?
Is this a director Vincent Ferrez, or is it somebody else? I'm looking up I Am Cuba right now.
I Am Cuba. I'll just post his name in the chat. But yeah, there's a scene like in Boogie Nights by Paul Thomas Anderson, which is like a direct, which is like a
That's on my watch list.
Yeah, Soy Cuba, and it's like, and it's fucking incredible, especially because like it was all done before like the invention of Steadicam. Like I cannot recommend it enough. I'm like being vague about what the film is, and like
cool.
like. And
is it called Soy Cuba? Because that's what it's coming up as on
Soy
IMDb.
Cuba. It's honest. Like I'm being very vague about it, but it's fucking insane, and more people need to see it. And yeah, and he has 2 other films which I really recommend as well, called The Cranes Are Flying, which is fucking great, and Letter Never Sent, both of which are on Criterion. But Soy Cuba, I don't even know if that has a Blu-ray release yet. But
I just bought that Criterion.
What Criterion?
I just bought The Letter Never Sent.
Yeah, Letter Never Sent and Cranes Are Flying are both great as well.
Okay.
I really recommend. He's fucking yeah, I love him. But yeah,
I will have to get to them.
So I wasn't able to say anything because my laptop was not working, but I was kind of wondering what your thoughts on the way the commentary and messages of Promising Young Woman were like taken, because that was actually my biggest criticism with it. I feel like it was kind of like tonally inconsistent, and the message didn't fit with that style.
Yeah, like
I guess do you want to go into detail about that? Does that?
Well,
I mean, like, yeah,
try
your best not to spoil it, because I think some people might want to be watching it or something. But
right, I mean, there are a lot of people who like it. So, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with the ending, but also just because of this character that I don't really feel like I want to, kind of watch. What's the word? I don't really feel invested in this character. It doesn't, like, sometimes it feels like it's trying to be like a revenge movie, like a Park Chan-wook kind of movie, but then it also wants to be sympathetic towards this character. So I just felt like it was kind of being kind of inconsistent with that, and I didn't know like how it's
sympathetic towards the main character.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I don't know if that's contradictory.
Well, no, I mean, like, because then it will go into this other kind of style where we're not supposed to feel that.
I mean, it was kind of like all over the place. I don't know.
It's like
It
Kinda
just
like,
it
you
it
know,
just felt like
return to-
somebody farted something out, and I got annoyed by it and turned it off.
All right. I mean, I've watched this video, you know, or at least
Bo
part of this
Burnham was
video in which like, you know, kind of like the cast and director were kind of like going over the movie and talking about it. And they were talking about the one scene in which like Cassie like smashes the guy's windshield with a tire iron, but it's not a moment of triumph for her. Instead, she just walks away and she's like really sad and dejected or something. And that's supposed to be a really big window into her like mind or something. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if I agree with this or not. But I found that a little, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
And also,
Below what I would have to say is
who here has seen the movie?
I have seen
Augie,
it, yeah.
I've seen
I
it.
I've seen
have.
most of
I
it.
have.
yeah.
I've
Did
seen
anybody
it.
love it?
Which
I
movie?
liked it.
Nope.
Liked it.
I liked it.
Okay, nobody loved it.
But
yeah,
I did
and
not
I've
like it
also
at
I saw it
heard,
in a
Yeah.
theater, so that kind of
And-
helped. But
and some of like the negative feedback
hear me?
is like
I can
saying
hear you.
that
It's a little
you
quiet,
know
but I can hear
the
you.
whole movie is
Yeah.
supposed to be about like getting revenge on men and all
don't know.
that, but there's only violence against women
happening?
and how that's like really hypocritical.
well, I
It
think
does
you
seem
should
a
see the
little
movie
contradictory.
before.
Maybe you
Yeah.
guys agree with that.
Yeah, you should watch the movie.
Mhm.
Which movie is it?
Like,
Promising Young Woman. When I say you should watch
Promising
it, I
Young
don't mean
Woman.
I recommend it because I didn't like it at all and I fucking turned it off.
I watched
But
it.
I mean,
I thought it was
to have
okay.
a discussion on
mind
it, you should
watching it.
probably see it.
I really did not like Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I heard he
Yeah,
does
it's
like a nice guy joke,
Insufferable.
yeah,
Fedora
it
joke.
seems really
I just-
annoying. He's like,
feel like I'm not
"Haha,
gonna
I'm so
like it
quirky and awkward. Woo! Like I can't hold a coffee cup."
That trope.
Mhm.
So I think I'm just gonna
Um,
watch it
On an
once.
unrelated note,
You're gonna watch
Sorry.
what? Sorry, that
I'm
one's
just
left.
gonna watch
That's
it
first.
once and then
Yeah.
not watch it again because I don't want to ruin that experience that
I think you
had.
should see it because it seems that everybody has like a different kind of opinion on it, and I think that's good because that forms a discussion.
I don't
So
think
is
it's
it
winning
like
the
Spring
Oscar for Best
Breakers?
Picture.
Is
all
it
I'm
like
gonna say.
Of course
Spring
not.
Breakers then, in which
Um,
some people are like, yeah, you could send 50 people into Spring Breakers and walk away with like, you know, I mean, they could like come out with 50
No,
different
it's just
opinions.
it's just annoying and preachy, is what I thought. Anyway, Chase M, you were trying to say something, I think.
oh yeah, sorry for talking over. I have a bad habit of doing that. But
No worries.
on an unrelated note, congrats on finishing Limbo on 5 or less deaths. I
Oh,
heard that
thank
was
you.
a pain in the ass to get through.
Yeah, you know what? It actually didn't take that long. I was kind of the hardest parts were like at the beginning, and once I got past a couple parts, then it was like,
Oh.
oh, okay, and the rest of it was kind of a
you're being
breeze. I did it
chased
in
by
2
the-
deaths.
Nice. Yeah, I heard you got really
Imagine
frustrated with the spider coming after you. You got to push that log thing.
Yeah,
but
'cause
it
I
just
thought-
wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
register.
I thought I could push it over
Limbo's
and
awesome.
jump, but apparently it didn't
But
want me to
also
jump at
frustrating
all,
at points.
and it just sometimes.
Imagine
up.
doing
Yeah.
like a 5 death or less run on like Celeste.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit, like,
Oh, goodness.
like the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time I
Celeste.
played Limbo, I like constantly had to like look up solutions for certain levels on the internet because it was so frustrating at parts. But it's still an awesome game. I'm
It's very
curious
simple.
to know if you'll like ever play Inside.
I have,
from the same
and I'll
people
play
who
it again
did
at some point.
Played it.
Amir, your
That
hand
would
was
be
up,
good.
right? You
Yeah,
want to chime in?
yeah, just a quick thing. I couldn't help but notice your Xbox controller off to the side. How's your
Yes.
arm doing?
I'm just resting it. It's feeling better. It's not at 100%.
Oh yeah, what
Mhm.
happened?
Oh, I just got tendonitis. I'm overusing it. It's just a lot
Oh.
of
Yeah.
mouse click, keyboard type, phone type, scroll, controller, just everything. Just
Oh.
constantly
Oh,
using
shit.
it, and then just like my tendon got inflamed, I guess.
Yeah, that does happen.
And it was
gonna
just
get
building up over a long
tendonitis.
time. Like it's always like my wrist/arm has felt like weird for like, I don't know, probably years, but I just never took a break.
Mm.
Actually, I took normal breaks without even trying to every so often because I would either go to a film festival or go to a convention or like visit parents for Christmas or something. And even though I brought my work with me, I was doing a lot of other things, and that would just naturally give me kind of a break. But because of COVID, I haven't gone anywhere. And the film festivals that I did attend, I attended at home, and I saw a lot more movies. And because I was at home, instead of being in a theater doing nothing and then jotting down some notes after the movie and then moving on with my day. Because I was at home, I just had notes going on my phone while I was watching the movie. So I would be like typing through a lot of the movie, just writing, still watching the movie obviously, but like writing more notes because of it and writing the notes on my phone. And so that, and then like I don't know how much the fucking exercise streams where I'm playing Sekiro added to it or not, but definitely like mouse clicking and stuff, and just I don't know. Any other year I would have gotten like natural breaks away from it, but because of COVID, it just didn't happen, and I didn't realize that it was actually injuring me until recently. So I'm just trying to get back.
Yeah, it's been coming and going for me. What I do is I have one of these that I just wear around my sort of
like a compression
area.
thing. Yeah, I need to get. I mean, I have one. I just need to wear it now. I just need to remember.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I ordered it and it showed up.
I saw the newest highlights video, and I was wondering, how are you playing Little Nightmares with it?
With my feet and this. And so this is a disability controller. Or an accessibility controller, they call it.
Yeah, what I thought it was a challenge video, like somebody playing through.
No, just because like, so you can map the buttons to it. Like you can get like these. These are just like little 3.5 mil. Any kind of button you can just plug in and map it to whatever you want. But unfortunately, it doesn't have the thumbsticks. It does have a D-pad on here. So with the thumbsticks, I just had to use my feet, which was fine. So yeah, left hand, I'm just doing it like like a piano keys basically, and then right hand, I don't have to like actually move my fingers or tendons. I can just like go like this. These is just A and B button, and so yeah, that's what I was doing.
What'd you think of the packaging?
The packaging? What do you mean?
Like for the accessibility controller, like yeah, so I do a lot of accessibility design in school since I major in graphic design, so this is like a big part of what we do. And the box for that controller is one of my favorite things because it's specifically designed to be super easy to open.
Yeah, it had like a loop that you could.
Yeah, just a pull tab and everything just falls open.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of this guy who played Dark Souls using that little plastic guitar that I used for Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And he actually made it work. I thought it was sick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can do it.
I can't imagine.
People play Dark Souls in millions of different ways.
Okay, actually, funny enough,
Dark Souls VR, make it happen.
So funny enough, I actually used like this is my flight system, but my older flight system similar to this to play like Euro Truck. And and it didn't work too well.
Yeah, I wish it had like the thumbsticks on it. I don't see why they couldn't. And also, there's some games where you could just use the D-pad instead of a thumbstick. I don't know why Little Nightmares wouldn't let me.
That's really
so. Yeah, I think on Limbo I was able to do it. I don't remember.
I was going to ask.
Actually, no, I wound up using my keyboard on Limbo with my left hand. Yeah, that's what I did.
I was going to ask, has anyone else seen The Expanse?
No. What?
The Expanse?
No.
Like
never even heard of it.
It's a sci-fi series, actually, literally on sci-fi.
It's like meta.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Amazon Prime. Cool.
It's on Amazon Prime now, but it used to be on Sci-Fi. But it's really good. It's like very scientifically accurate. I can't even give it away about how it is. But...
I know Red Letter Media talks a lot about it and gives it a lot of praise.
Yeah,
I think
it's.
So it's like kind of a mix between The Boys and Star Trek, because it's about this disparate band of anti-heroes in like the 24th century or something. You know, like trying to solve mysteries.
It's literally just like
maybe that's a bit reductive.
Like space
Space noir.
politics and anti-heroes, pretty much. That's what I'd think.
I saw the first 2 episodes of Invincible.
Invincible.
Yeah.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah,
It actually is. I'm actually really enjoying
Huh.
it.
What's it about?
Awesome.
It's like a nostalgic kind of styled animation, like old Batman kind of style, like the Saturday morning cartoon
Only
style.
MA rated.
And it's based off of a graphic novel from Robert Kirkman, Walking Dead guy. And yeah, it's got Stephen Yeun, J.K. Simmons, Sandra Oh, and I'm really enjoying it. It's got some good violence, some unexpected moments, some very nice stuff in it.
Is the voice
What's it
acting
called?
good
Invisible?
in it?
Invincible.
Invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible. Okay.
Yeah, it's just being released right now, Amazon series. So there's
I'm
5
kinda curious,
episodes
do
out,
you-
and they're still releasing more every week.
Yeah, while we're talking
by
about like
chance, how
superhero
they
things,
intro the title.
Yeah, the title intro is always really funny. I wonder if they did that in the comics. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, while we're talking about like superhero things, I'm curious to know if you're interested in doing like an Adam and Pal thing on Man of Steel or BVS or the.
I don't know.
BVS would be so boring. Don't do that.
I know, it's so long.
Yeah, especially like the 3-hour version. There's like a 3-hour Snyder cut of that movie that's rated R. You know,
Man of
Yeah, I don't know.
boring too.
PG-13.
Maybe I'll just keep
The
myself
Whedon
pure
Justice
and
League.
never watch them.
Man of
Whedon
Steel
Justice
I mean,
League
there
isn't
are
even
some
good
like
Adam
really
and Pals.
funny moments, and like Man of Steel has Zod going, "I will fight him." Ugh.
I'm sure
kinda funny
there are some
'cause-
funny moments. I don't know if it's worth
And
it.
like BVS like completely overloads on like
be
the
a
cringe
commentary.
Jesse Eisenberg. So if you thought he was funny in like the Snyder cut,
Yeah.
you know, I think
yeah,
you
he's
might
worse
find him
in
really
BVS.
funny in BVS.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah, that's
ding,
true.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
heard
know if
about
it's
that
worth
part.
it, though.
Everybody's been praising Jesse Eisenberg in those movies. I really do
Really?
not see him
Why?
fitting in it.
Who's everybody? Who do you
People
talk
are
to?
every time I think of
Snyder
Lex,
fanboys.
when I think of Lex Luthor, I think of some menacing guy. But every time I think of Jesse
He's
Eisenberg,
more of
I
a
think
Riddler than a
He's
joke.
just
no,
like, you,
like-
my friend,
Lex
have a
Luthor.
date.
It's like
Across the
A
bay.
week ago, I was like asking on my channel. I had a poll: who's worse, Jared Leto or Jesse
I mean,
Eisenberg?
never that one.
I was one of them who
Jared
selected
Leto.
Jesse
I
Eisenberg.
saw
I
that.
said Joker.
Jesse was very, very close.
I was on
Joker's-
the fence, honestly.
And,
Much
like,
more of a
I saw
meme,
that
so.
clip of like Jared Leto's Joker from saying the "We live in a society" thing. In the black and white version, and even that it didn't really make the scene better. You were still just saying.
There's no, I
nonsense,
know.
like, who do you think will scream louder, the girl or the boy? Wahahaha.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my
I'm never gonna
So
seek that
dumb.
out. I don't care
My
enough
goodness.
My
I'm-
stepmother and my dad were watching it, and I didn't really see the appeal. Oh, and I heard Dead Space sound effects in it too, from the things that hide around the corner and charge you. And
I don't know.
I love that I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be funny to watch the Snyder Cut just to see how many times the soundtrack could go every time Wonder Woman shows up.
Yeah, apparently that doesn't happen in any of the other movies she's in. It's exclusive to this.
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
No,
It was
so
really
vinyl box
comical,
set
and
release.
it happened a lot near the
Instead,
end of the
it's this-
film.
There is
You
reasons.
said it's this
why-
dumb like electric guitar thing.
Oh.
There's reasons
that's,
why I cannot.
that's the
watch
Spy
superhero
Kids
films.
theme for music. The best way I can describe the Wonder Woman theme. It sounds like the soundtrack from Spy Kids 2 and the Wonder Woman theme.
I have
Yeah.
not seen Spy Kids 2.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I got a question for people who've seen Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
I
So
haven't seen it or like
Today-
any of Zack Snyder movies.
Well, then the question's not for
Yeah,
you.
so today they announced a vinyl box set of the soundtrack, and it comes from like fucking 7 LPs.
Oh
How
my.
much of that is just gonna be Wonder Woman's theme?
I don't know, because it wasn't like it was just for moments. It would just interrupt the other soundtrack. It was weird. It's not like
It was.
When I
excuse
Like
me.
the explosions in
That's-
Aquaman, maybe.
I don't know.
when I saw like that part of the video with like the fucking Wonder Woman music, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I couldn't believe that someone was like, "Yeah, put that in the movie."
I got
Not only put that in the movie, but put it every time that she shows up on
I got
screen.
this.
It's
Is it?
literally-
It
Oh,
says Last
awesome.
and First Men vinyl,
Yeah.
and it's actually
Nice.
you can only get the Blu-ray for it if you it included with the vinyl or the CD. So I
Really?
figured I'd get the vinyl.
Does it? Does the music seriously play every time she comes on screen?
Yes.
Uh,
like
pretty
it.
much, yeah. Whenever she jumps in,
That needs to be a drinking game.
Even in like
seriously.
non-action scenes.
Oh, that'd be
You'll
fun.
be dead before you're even an hour in. I'm sure.
Can you
Well, at least I
imagine?
won't.
Can you
At least
imagine
I
if
won't
Wonder
have to
Woman?
live to hear the Jared Leto Joker beam.
Can you imagine if Wonder Woman enters like the dentist's office and just the fucking music starts playing?
Yeah,
any casual
I'm
moment, really.
especially curious now after like Adam's like rating of like the Snyder Cut and all that. I'm curious to know like what he'd think of like Watchmen. Maybe he could discuss it on Sardonica.
Snyder
I haven't
Watchmen.
seen
I remember
the
enjoying it
book.
when I was younger.
Yeah, but it would be curious. It would be interesting to like have as a recommendation like the book and the movie.
I'm not
for,
gonna
like, comparison.
fucking read a book for the podcast.
Imagine reading.
Yeah, maybe I
I
could,
mean,
but it would just
It's
take me
almost a
forever.
shot-for-shot remake as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
even the
I really
longest
didn't like the
version is
movie
still
after
like
reading
half
the
an hour
comics.
shorter than the Snyder Cut. So
Yeah, but how long's a fucking graphic novel though?
The graphic novel, I flew
Oh,
through it in
took
about
you
like
4
2 or
hours.
3 days.
It's actually not that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
could
just
be an
not my
audiobook.
like preferred medium of consuming entertainment and information.
Graphic novels and manga like don't take long to read. I tore through like the entirety of Uzumaki in a day.
Yeah.
You know what?
On
though?
the
Like an
topic
afternoon.
of
I do have to say it though. I don't have anything against Zack Snyder. Like he's not terrible.
I mean, I'm glad he got to make his own
Yeah.
own version of the movie, even if technically
Except
it.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
And
I'm
I mean,
glad-
like, let's be honest. Even if we ignore the Green Lantern thing, every decision that's in this new movie isn't one that would have organically been in the first one. This is the movie made with hindsight.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah,
this
it
is
wouldn't
this
have
is
been
him
4
like
hours.
pretending like, oh, they didn't like that part. I'm gonna pretend that Joss Whedon was responsible for that part.
Yeah, it honestly just seems like one big case of confirmation bias to me, because it's like, ooh, when Joss Whedon came onto Justice League, he
Yeah.
ruined everything. I know this because it's completely revamped version of Justice League that wouldn't have existed without like the tragedy in Snyder's family. And Whedon's intervention is awesome, even though it's not what would have happened
Yeah.
if everything in production had gone smoothly.
Yeah, that is a fair point. It definitely would not have been 4 hours long.
Well, like the worst part is
Or
just, like
4x3.
also like there's
Yeah.
parts in the Whedon cut that I actually like that aren't in the Snyder cut.
Oh yeah, like what?
Ooh.
Like there's this
Hot
scene where
take.
like where Flash is like where they're going to the underground sewer part or whatever, and he freaks out. It's like, no, I've never done this before. I just push people out of the way and then I run, and then Batman gives him a speech of like, well, just save one person, and then once you save one person, you'll know what to do. I like that scene because it's like it feels like a scene that Batman would actually say in that
Yeah.
situation.
I mean, but I've seen like other clips of like the Flash from the Whedon cut, and it's like super cringe. And one of them, he's like, "Oh, is this a bad time to bring up my blood sugar? Because I'm very hungry."
I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm just saying, like,
what is
the,
this?
the Whedon
Wingard
cut's not all
Gecko?
bad.
Is the masterpiece brunch scene in the Snyder cut as
No.
well?
No.
Okay.
Thank God.
No, I think that was removed.
There's
And
a
she's like,
brunch
yeah,
scene?
What's brunch anyway?
Oh,
It's
yeah, he's like,
between
"What is
breakfast and
brunch?"
lunch. You might as well just call it
Yeah,
lunch.
it's like
Oh,
a
no.
it's like a family.
Was that the Flash that said that?
Gag.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, apparently it's
It
a
makes
thousand
no
times
sense.
more annoying in the Whedon cut, because people were like, "Oh, if Adam thought like the Flash was
I mean, yeah, everybody
irritating
said
in,
that
like,
he's more
the
annoying
Snyder
in the
cut."
Whedon cut. Nice shirt, Taylor. Welcome.
I got my Sardonicast phone case like a week ago.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Very, very happy about that.
This is the last hangout in my 20s.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
Oh, happy early
Well,
birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you have any plans for your birthday?
I don't know. I'm gonna stream some Pokemon card game at some point in the day. I might
The Game Boy one.
Wait, when is your
the
birthday?
Game Boy. My birthday's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you should listen to the song. You should listen to the song Avril 14th by FX.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
obviously.
nice piano.
But
Happy
I
birthday.
mean, oh no,
Happy
I forgot
birthday.
that. Of course I have, but yeah.
sorry,
Yeah,
what did you
just
say,
write
Lars?
down.
Next one?
I said happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, I might I'll probably stream some stuff. But I might want to like earlier in the day, depending on when I wake up. We'll see what I feel like when I wake up, but I might want to like cuz I think I'm going to watch The Man Who Sold His Skin tonight. And then I should probably just record my Oscars roundup video tomorrow. Just get that out of the way. And then relax the rest of the day, and we'll see how long that takes, I guess. Like mini reviews of the Best Picture nominations or whatever, like I did the past couple years. It's not as much of a fun meme year for the Oscars.
No,
because like I was looking at my thumbnail for the last year's one. I got to do the Joker baby, and like Bong Joon-ho and Quentin Tarantino, just all doing silly shit. And I was like, what am I gonna put in my thumbnail? Frances McDormand?
Like, no, put female Joker in there. If Promising Young Woman wins Best Picture, that'll be the.
It's not gonna win Best Picture. Nobody, the average person is not gonna click on a video because Promising Young Woman's in the thumbnail. Nobody knows about that shit existing except people who are paying attention to the Oscars.
Put Frances McDormand in the thumbnail from No Man's Land, and then be like, "Oh yeah, this movie sucks."
Maybe put like Bill Maher or however you
Bill
pronounce
Maher.
his name. Oh,
yeah, but I don't. It's so that's another thing. Like nobody gives a shit about that in the real world, you know. Like I'm not gonna pay attention to it.
Maybe you can put in something that's like snubbed. Or
yeah,
whatever.
middle finger.
Yeah, just do like a silly Charlie
Kaufman getting snubbed.
Nah, that's too much. Like I'll mention that in the video, but I don't want to pretend like it's some like actual travesty that he's not nominated. Like I'll give my opinion and be like, here's the things that I think I'm thinking of ending things should have been nominated for, but I don't know if I'm gonna like push hard just being like I can't believe the Academy because like it's a Tuesday, you know, it's like it's the most unsurprising thing in the world that they didn't nominate it. So like what am I gonna pretend to be surprised by this?
Yeah, I think it'd be funny if you like put Pepe in the thumbnail because like Feels Goodman was snubbed.
No, I'm not gonna put snubs in the thumbnail.
I mean, to say the least.
Female Joker.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Smearing the lipstick on her face.
Speaking of Pepe, did you see how in the Space Jam trailer they got rid of Pepe, but they have the Druids in there in the background?
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They got rid of
They got rid of Pepe because like he was too controversial of a figure, and in the trailer
was Pepe going to be in
the
Space
scene
Jam
in which
2?
they were gonna put him in wasn't even offensive. He was just gonna touch a woman's arm, and then the woman was gonna slap him, and then like
I don't even
you know,
care.
James
I don't
LeBron
care
was
that Pepe
gonna
Le
be
Pew
like,
isn't in
"Yo,
the movie.
consent."
Oh, not Pepe the Frog.
Yeah, it's a different Pepe.
Like, is there gonna be a scene in like the Space Jam 2 in which like the Droogs are assaulting someone, and then and then like James LeBron pulls him off, and he's like, "Yo, consent. You need to learn what."
No, I don't know if they're even going to like. They're just gonna be in the background, or maybe they'll do one of those like quick pan. I guess technically not pan, whatever.
Yeah.
I forget the left right.
Cat in there, since like Fritz the Cat was like an X-rated cartoon, and the Clockwork Orange also got an X rating, and plus it would be more relevant since Fritz the Cat is an actual cartoon and a Clockwork Orange.
But that's not is that owned by Warner Brothers though?
No.
I believe.
Well, then there's your answer.
Orange is like at least famous, you know. Warner Brothers gets to flex.
They need to put in Battletoads.
They always do that. Like literally always. Like, just look what they did in the Lego movie.
What'd they do? Sorry?
In the Lego movie, it like kind of, they
Oh yeah, it was a
gave
kid's
opportunity
imagination
for some good jokes, Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't that big of a deal in that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Put-
feel
I just want them
like
to put, like
the Lego movie did it so cynically.
Yeah,
Like,
I
Ready
agree.
Player
I agree.
One like relied on that gimmick
Oh my
for
God.
Yeah, Ready
movie.
Player
Like,
One,
Lego
that
movie
was the
was
whole
just-
point of the movie.
Uh-huh.
And then Space
Yeah, it was
Jam
all
2, it's
nostalgia
like,
bait.
why
Yeah,
is
it's
this
just
in
so
here?
clear that the-
Like,
what
It's just so
Matrix
clear that the
hell?
movies
Yeah.
like
What's
funny
targeting
is that,
itself towards adults who like the original instead of children, because otherwise they wouldn't put like Game of Thrones in the trailer and like all these other things that are like meant for adults.
Clockwork Orange.
This just
Yeah.
Space Jam
Like,
2 is for people our age, basically, just to pander to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Just
the
want-
I
same
want
way,
them to,
I
like,
actually
hide.
watched the original Space Jam not that long ago. There were a bunch of people who were like, "Oh, it's just a cynical cash grab that was trying to make money," and in some respects, it
yeah.
definitely is. But in my opinion, but it's still like simple and it knew what it was. Whereas
got its
like,
charm.
the
It's
sequel
got its
just
charm.
looks way too cluttered and like.
Did you watch it with the
convoluted.
commentary?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was
Isn't the
awesome.
original a cynical cash grab anyway?
Well, like it's based off a commercial as well.
I mean,
Yeah, but like honestly,
okay. Sorry, Sarah, you were trying to say something?
Yeah, no, it's honestly, if I see a trailer for a film that has at least 4 references to something, I'm already like, okay, this is just absolute pandering. I don't even need to go watch the film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My opinion.
I don't know, like every movie that gets greenlit by a major studio you could call a cynical cash grab, right? Like the original Space Jam, you could say that, but at least they knew what they were doing. They had a killer soundtrack. That's half, maybe most of the reason why the movie was so successful. They were doing something kind of interesting and new, putting just like a basketball player in a movie with Bugs Bunny and shit, you know? And that was at least, you know, it was in some ways kind of like a nostalgia thing because Looney Tunes.
It was
but
its
it wasn't
own thing.
Sorry?
It was its own thing.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Sure.
It had its own concept. This newest Space Jam feels devoid of any personality and as if its references are replacing anything that the film would be otherwise. Like I don't know where the movie is because it's only references, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like that's all it is. And if you're going to make a movie and you're going to call it Space Jam: A New Legacy and try to theoretically capitalize off of something that people would be excited to experience again in their lifetimes, which is, you know, should be the point if you're doing a sequel, reboot, nostalgia thing. But it doesn't look or feel like the old Space Jam at all. It doesn't look like it's attempting to recapture the magic of the film that people loved, whether
Yeah, it just
ironically
looks
or
like
not.
Another Ready Player One.
Yeah,
in a way.
it's from the director of Scary Movie 5, so you can't expect much.
Oh yeah.
Acclaimed director.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very acclaimed.
At least
I
the
keep forgetting
imagery
Scary
isn't
Movie
like
5
super
exists.
fucking dark.
Yep.
What in the Matrix? Hell.
That is one of the
line.
worst lines ever.
What's the Will Smith one?
LeBron
It's
cannot
like it's
act.
so obviously just a thing that no human being would ever say in their entire lives, but they put it in the
doesn't
movie.
even make sense.
Just
literally makes
because
no
they
sense.
own the Matrix also. And it's a reminder that they have a
There
new
like
Matrix
a new
film coming out
Matrix
later
coming out
this
this
year.
year?
Exactly.
I'll
That's
talk to you
what
guys
that's
later.
why that's in the movie.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye, peace out.
Oh, see ya.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least
no problem.
one thing that I can say will probably be better in this film is LeBron James is certainly a better actor than Michael Jordan.
I don't
but
know if
that's
I
not gonna
agree.
count for
For me
much.
to be
Nah.
clean.
He's actually
So
Have
far,
you
I
seen
think yes.
Trainwreck?
about.
The
He's-
first
I'm just-
line of
I'm
the
just
trailer
going off of the
made
trailer.
me feel that way, and then every other line I was like, oh, never mind.
It
Kinda
seems
bad.
like it's like a pro, like it's like a movie made for LeBron James, like to like advance like his career that's already
course.
super big.
Well,
But,
yeah,
like,
what do you
with
want to do
Space
after
Jam,
your
like-
sports career? Just fucking, I don't know,
Yeah, but, like,
movies.
with Space Jam, they
Yeah,
made
just,
fun
like,
of
show
Michael
up for a few
Jordan.
days.
Like
Might
the
as
whole
well.
movie is like mocking him a lot. Like this is like the whole opening was making fun of his baseball career and how kind of a failure he was at that. But like with this, it's like you're King James. You're the best basketball player ever.
Yeah, they
You're
repeated that
awesome."
like 5 times in the
Yeah,
trailer.
that's an interesting point.
That really
There was
irks
a
me,
bit of
'cause, like, it makes me
humility
seem
to it.
like it's all gonna
Well,
be
he's a
about
producer
LeBron
on it
James
too,
and
so
not what
It
they
almost
want.
just seems like a vanity project for him. I mean, maybe that's a little too cynical.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
We'll see.
Now that I
Yeah,
think
I'm
about it,
interested to know the ratio of like live action versus 2D versus CG in the film. I'm interested to know how much time each of those sections take up.
Yeah, the CG just makes it so much worse.
Feels like the 2D will be there for like a minute.
Yeah, the 2D was just awful.
I know.
And like when
It's not
like,
even
Bugs
good
Bunny was
2D.
like eating the carrot, it didn't even really look like he was eating the carrot. And,
The
like,
lip sync on
when
LeBron
Bugs
was really
like,
awful.
Yeah, and when he was
I'm a
like looking
cartoon?
at the screen with like all the Looney Tunes characters on it, his like hands were like really janky. It was just like reversing the movements.
Yeah,
It
it's
looked so weird.
definitely not
words.
great animation.
I
I
actually
don't know how to
think
put it
the
into
entire
words, but I
second act
noticed that like when Bugs Bunny is wearing like the Marvin the Martian helmet, it moves in a kind of weird way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe
When
it.
in the
but it looks
trailer is that?
wrong.
Is that like right? Is that in 2D or 3D?
2D, and
Okay,
it's
I'm gonna look
when
it up.
they're like looking at that big like sign thing with like all the like display things. with all
Sure.
the
Yeah,
different
there's a very
players.
short amount of 2D in the trailer. I'm just gonna see if I feel the
But I
same
think
way.
that's a
But it-
marketing idea. I think there's
it
going to
looked
be a
weird
lot
to
more
me.
2D in the movie because I think the entire second act might actually be 2D because it seems like from the trailer, it's going to be from when he gets sent to the Looney Tunes place to when the basketball game starts. And I feel like the basketball game might be the final act, like the third act. So
I think that too. I was going to say the
Yeah,
exact same thing.
okay. I know what you're talking about with the Martian helmet. It's because like these are just 2D used to be hand drawing single frames of animation, 24 frames per second, whatever, right? So like The Lion King, like you had artists draw frames of animation, right? A lot of 2D now, and especially if you're doing it cheaply like this movie is you're basically just like you're basically just doing like Flash 2D where you're like moving around assets. So you have this like this character design of Bugs Bunny, and then you put the helmet asset on top of him, and it's just a layer that you can like move, remove or bring back. And instead of animating every single frame, like 24 frames per second, or like fixing it to him, it looks like they just had like a couple keyframes where it's like point A, Bugs' head is over here. Point B, Bugs' head is over here. And then you tell the helmet point A and point B, and then the computer interprets the space between point A and point B, which I think that's what happened in this shot that I'm looking at. The one where he's facing away from the camera you're talking about? Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like.
What's the time?
It looks like keyframe shit. It's like around 120, 119. Where he's looking away from the camera. That's what it looks like. It's just you can see like parts of his neck and shoulder like slide underneath the helmet a bit, and so I don't know. It just seems like it's a separate layer asset thing that I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is my amateur way of explaining how I think animation works.
I'm acclaimed director Malcolm Lee.
As a non-animator.
When it comes to animation,
movie 5.
When it comes to animation, I have a real soft spot for like anime from the 80s, like OG Dragon Ball. I just really love it, how it looks on screen.
I used to watch Dragon Ball all the time as a kid.
I just finished like last week. I just started Dragon Ball Z.
What's the difference? Wait, what's the difference between Dragon Ball? It's probably Dragon Ball Z I watched. I don't know what the difference is.
Dragon Ball was like an older one from the 80s, I believe, and from what I saw, it's not quite as.
Okay, I'm
Is
pretty
Dragon
sure
Ball
it was
Z not the
Ball
first
Z I saw.
Dragon Ball property?
No, Dragon Ball.
Weird.
There's
I
an
had
old
no
one
idea.
where Goku is a child.
Dragon Ball Z is him as an adult.
It's more of a comedy.
Yeah, Dragon Ball is more
Weird.
like a Goku origin story.
And then Dragon
It's
Ball
lighter
Z
tone.
Kai is a remake of Dragon Ball Z with updated animation.
Best thing about Dragon Ball is it doesn't stick to one plot. Like every episode can be a different story, meaning different characters. Whereas Dragon Ball Z had more of an approach of like the long stories, you know what I mean? The big arcs.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's kind of like what South Park did, I guess, because in its earlier seasons it was all about these individual stories, but then in later seasons it tried to be this one big overarching story. I think. With
Yeah, like
some of the
PC Principle and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I should say that like I know what I'm talking
Or maybe
about.
like those like 3-episode long stories, like the Black
The Coon
Friday
ones.
stuff and this and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still
Started GT with Dragon Ball.
fucking going through this Space Jam 2 animation right now. I'm just looking at it. Like, this is...
I just wanted to say quickly that all this talk of Space Jam, you've convinced me to revisit the original.
Yeah, it's
I'm
good.
going to do that.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you should.
entertaining.
It's fun.
It's
to get
fun.
out.
It's pure, and it's got some charm.
And it has
It
the
has
true Lola.
True Lola.
intense and naive optimism of the 90s.
Yeah,
Encapsulated
honestly,
A
in
lot
one
of
film.
weird sexual shit.
Yeah.
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 Very furry.
Created furries, probably. I don't know.
I mean, not just
No.
Lola.
Yeah. There were
Yeah, I
furries
mean,
before
it
that.
honestly just kind of feels like the sequel is made by
Well-
the people at like Moron Mountain who are like, how can we get more people to come to our theme park? I know, let's slap these popular like properties onto it, and more people will give us money. Kind of like that to me.
Speaking of speaking of animation, has anyone? I'm assuming a few people have, but have any of you seen the original Fantasia? Because the animation in that is fucking gorgeous.
I have.
I've seen the racist parts.
Does it have a
You should see the
4K?
whole thing. Just
I
see the
know.
whole
Those are
thing.
I
the
know I
only
should.
parts you've seen.
It's
So-
it's beautiful.
Does
Yeah.
anyone know if it has a 4K?
Fantasia?
No.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think
Maybe
so. though.
Disney would
deserves
give
it.
it one because of the racist stuff.
No, they
Um,
edited
Well,
it
no, the
out, so
racist
they're still
stuff is out.
releasing. Fantasia still sells. Like they didn't discontinue it.
Not
I
They
like
just
how the-
4K.
removed characters.
Pretending like it never happened. Of
They
course.
didn't
Yeah.
song to self it.
Well, yeah, because
I
like,
how
how much could you do with Song of the South to keep the movie and not
How
have the
much?
racism?
I would
Yeah, that
think
movie's
Disney
like
would put
still
a
available on like the
disclaimer, you know,
Internet Archive, I think.
Mhm.
Maybe.
There's
I
a
think
um.
they should get the new song in the chat. Fuck it.
Side by side. Sorry.
How much do you think it costs to
comparisons.
The side by side comparison's pretty funny. How much do you think it costs to
There's-
do what? Sorry, Brady, you got your hand up also.
Yeah, I have to go to a meeting actually.
Oh.
So I was dip.
Oh, take care.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out.
Good luck
Did
at
you have
your
any
meeting.
other
Um,
comments, quick, or questions?
Yeah. Are you a big vinyl collector at all? You big like, music
I
collector?
every album I love, I have on vinyl, or I try to.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Same.
I've always I know like as soon as I saw it, I was like thinking like, oh, I wonder if you like because I know you got like a really big Blu-ray collection going. I was
Mhm.
wondering if you like collected like a lot of music in it or anything.
Yeah, my
That's cool,
vinyl's
man.
downstairs.
Gonna have to ask you about that another time. Yeah. I'm
All right,
gonna
thanks
go
for
now.
joining.
Take care.
See ya.
You have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You think you'll do a vinyl collection like stream kind of thing?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Live stream.
That'd be cool.
Oh shit.
Are you
Yeah.
into
So, like,
prog
did-
at all?
Sorry?
Are you into prog at all? Like prog rock?
I don't
Yeah,
know if I
but,
would
like,
ever say I'm
Genesis,
into or not
yes.
into a genre, because that's not what
Mm.
music is to me.
I've
Yeah,
been
that's fair.
listening to a lot of new music
Same.
recently that I've
Same.
never heard before, and
Mhm.
it's really great. I love I used to never.
My
listen to,
Spotify
like-
is totally cluttered.
Yeah, Spotify's fucking great. I love it.
Yeah, when
For
I
me,
start
I've sorry.
when I start leaving the house more, I'll listen to more music, because a lot of it was just in my car, but now I don't go anywhere. So
And it's like the thing I love about music is unlike it's just so quick and easy to get to, and like
Depending on the song,
unlike
yeah.
like with a game or a film, it's it's just like with music, it's just you have it then and there, and it's just quick and easy to get to, and I love it.
Yeah. Unless you spend
Have
half
you
an
seen
hour
Raw
trying to
Material,
decide what music you
Adam?
want to listen to. Which happens sometimes. What are you trying to say?
What I was saying.
Has Adam seen the Wrath of Jody yet on the JCS channel?
Yeah, I've seen all of them except one of the unlisted ones, which I was able to find without the Patreon thing.
Patreon?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
JCS Crimpsych.
Yeah,
Good,
it's a
good,
YouTube
good
channel. It's really good.
I agree.
I'm gonna check it out.
How's Aunt Kind?
It's good. I'm gonna get back to reading it in the next month, probably. It's starting to get sunny outside again.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Charlie Kaufman, did you read his script for Chaos Walking? It was on. I found it on his subreddit. People were posting links to it. Where you mentioned it in your review.
like his
I
version.
read a bit of it. I don't know if I'll read the whole thing. I saw somebody's summary, so that gave me a good idea. But yeah, I definitely read far enough to know that the dog could talk in that version, which is kind of funny.
Just quickly going
What a
back
difference.
to what was that?
Nothing.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah, no, just quickly going back to the whole Disney racism thing. There's I think she's called Lindsay Ellis. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a really good. I'm gonna link it in the channel.
I've seen it.
But she has a really good video about like the history of like racism in Disney and like sexism in Disney and how they're like so quick to like
Woke
just
Disney.
overcompensate with like the sexist stuff, but yeah, like when it comes to anything,
Well, it's not even
racist, they're just, like-
overcompensating. It's just like
Oh, no, well,
platitudes and like not
Yeah.
doing anything real and just pretending.
yeah,
they are.
sure, yeah, but like when it's like with anything racist, they're like, oh, that never happened.
No gay people still. China doesn't like it, so whatever.
Oh yeah, no, didn't Disney do this whole shortcut out or something about like two gay men?
Pixar did.
Yeah, but not for
Have you
like
seen
their
it?
major properties, right?
They're a dog.
I think it was on
They
Disney
turn into a
Plus.
dog.
Let's see.
What? They
I was
turned
trying
into
to say
dogs?
Out Pixar 2020. Oh, that's recent. What is
At
this?
least Chaos Walking gave us more
It's a gay
representation.
dog movie? Like, what the fuck is this?
So
The
basically, I
dog's
guess
not gay.
the
It's about
dude.
this like gay couple with a dog, and you know they're
Oh, it's a Pixar
their
short.
homophobic parents come over, so they have to hide the fact that they're gay. But I think the parents may have found out. Ooh.
No,
dog
I don't
tells them.
think that his parents were homophobic. I
seen
think
it.
he was just concerned.
Why
that they'd
are you
end up
giving? Sorry, you just said you haven't
Sorry.
seen it. If you haven't seen a movie, you gotta let somebody else describe it, okay?
Sorry.
You can't keep doing that. I'm sorry.
What I was trying to say earlier.
Sorry, whoever was
they
just
like,
talking that I interrupted, keep going though. I was just talking to Boards Cinema. What were you trying to say before?
What I was gonna say earlier, they like digitally edited out like the racist caricature in Fantasia, right?
Yeah.
It's not I don't think it's actually edited out. I think the image is zoomed in or something.
No, they
But either way, it's
they
edited.
definitely removed
Or is it? I don't know.
some.
I think it
scenes,
was
some
too
shots.
early though to be digitally. I think they probably just took away the animation cell and just kind of
You can look at the YouTube
animated.
comparison video. I'm convinced that they, you know, you can like
It's not in the film.
still repaint it.
When did they do that? Because would they have had the tech to like just digitally?
When do you think they
edit it
did
out
it? I
back
would
then?
assume for the DVD release or something.
I think
Yeah.
when I was younger, I saw like I watched it on VHS and it didn't have that
Mhm.
characters. so,
Maybe
like,
for the VHS
when
release,
were
then I don't know.
VHSs?
It's on the VHS.
It is on the
Maybe.
VHS. Yeah, I think most of Disney's things like that were like somewhere around the DVD release for films.
I think it's very disrespectful for them to do stuff like that.
Of
I
course.
understand. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand
it's
the
sneaky.
like offensiveness and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But really, all they should do is put like a little disclaimer at the beginning saying, "This was made 80 years ago. It doesn't reflect our company
Yeah.
as it is today, but we wanted to
Warner
preserve
Bros.
it
did that.
for historical reasons." Like, that's
Looks like they redrew the whole thing.
So
a Warner Brothers.
it says that the character was censored out of the film print since 1969. So
Oh, very
did they have
interesting.
that tech back then?
Well, I mean, you can paint over a cell.
Yeah, I guess.
Like the same technology used to make the movie, you can alter the movie.
Either way, the point I was originally trying to get to, how much more do you think it like cost them to edit that cell versus like how much did it cost Warner Brothers to slap that warning on the fucking Platinum Collection?
Yeah, but Disney as a company has more of a reputable association with it. So like when you think Warner Brothers, you don't think of a single thing. You just think a movie company that makes a variety of movies, right? When you think Disney, like they have an image associated with their brand of like happy, fun, friendly family shit. Like we don't do anything wrong sort of thing. It's like that they need to perpetuate that facade of innocence, right? So other studios, they don't give a shit because that it's not it's not like the image of the studio that needs to be protected. Disney is like Mickey Mouse that needs to be protected, so that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I think the only exception to that is Pirates of the Caribbean. I think that was the only time that's not really the happy-go-lucky shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so, yeah. But it's like also, I guess the reason why they kind of wanted to keep that, even though it's like more of a PG movie,
Because
I
it
guess.
made him a boat.
Yeah, it's
Because it made him
to
a boatload of money.
advertise the Pirates ride at Disney World or whatever, right? Because that's what it's based off of. Hello, Sophia. Welcome.
I think they like remodeled the Song of the South like ride or something.
Yeah, I think they're getting rid of Splash Mountain or changing it. I don't know.
Rip.
Oh,
whatever.
oh.
Man,
They might be removing the Zippity
that was my
Doodah
favorite ride.
song because it is
I know a
from
lot
that
of the
Song of the South.
animatronics are like
That ride
broken.
is so much fun.
I mean,
always sing along
they'll
to
probably
it.
still just have the same thing, just a different interior. Like different, they'll probably be the
Yeah.
exact same, and they'll just change the characters that are singing at you.
It'll be
It'll be
like
Marvel. It'll be
Oh
Captain
God.
Well, like the Tower of Terror is now the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And it's almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Except it's just the Guardians character.
Just
instead of, like,
yeah, replace these old properties that nobody gives a shit about with the new ones, and then people will be like, "I want to go on this ride," or children,
I remember
annoy their
when
parents.
I was younger. And sorry.
Go for it. Just Taylor had his hand up, so you can go after.
I remember when I was younger and my family went to Disneyland. I was too much of a little bitch to go on the Tower of Terror ride, so I just waited for them.
It's not that bad.
Man, I would love to go back to Disney World one day because I was too frightened to go on a majority of the rides.
Taylor, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to
sorry,
say with Fantasia, that's one of my favorite movies ever. That's kind of just one of those movies the VHSs I wore out as a kid. And we were talking about records. I actually have a copy of.
Oh,
the
very
original.
nice.
Awesome.
Sick.
The best part about it is they've got amazing artwork in it, and
Mhm.
they have quotes from the animators. Because the best part about that movie is the amazing artists that were working for Disney at the time
Mhm.
had free reign to interpret those amazing classical pieces however they wanted.
Oh, awesome.
So the vinyl has like the insight why they took it in a certain direction. Sometimes they base it off the name of the piece, sometimes just off the music. So I love that aspect of that movie. And even of the 2000 Fantasia, I love that movie too.
I haven't seen the 2001. How
It's
does
great.
it? Sure.
You kind of
haven't
cut
seen
out
what?
a bit. Sorry, Lars.
All I said is I haven't seen the 2001 yet.
Okay.
If you like that concept, you'll like that movie. I would say.
Sure.
Adam, how's your wrist doing?
I'm just resting it. It's getting better. I'm gonna keep off of it and just try not to do anything serious with it until a couple weeks from now and see how it is. But it's definitely getting better.
Did you go to a physio yet?
Sorry?
Little wrist rest. Did you go to a physio at all or no?
You know what? I was recommended to do physio from my doctor, but we're at record COVID cases right now, and so I'm just gonna keep
Fair
off
enough.
of it and we're
Fair
like
enough.
2 months away from getting vaccines, really. Or at least my age
That
group.
sucks, man.
So why
Remember
would
that
I
one
risk
stick you live in
getting
Canada?
COVID?
Yeah.
And I know that this is helping by just not doing anything. And I've, like everything on the internet is just saying that most tendonitis just heals itself by just not using it. So, and my parents
It'll come back, though,
have a
actually.
lot of experience with this too. My mom's wrists are like absolutely fucked right now. So this might be something that's like a little hereditary.
Hereditary, yeah.
But yeah, they had their own advice and
2018.
stuff. I'll be putting ice on it while I'm watching a movie later. So,
No, good stuff.
yeah.
Slam anti-inflammatory.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, slam some anti-inflammatories and stuff, and maybe you'll be right.
Yeah.
But I think you probably need to do physio eventually, because the problem will probably come back if you start editing a lot again. So,
Yeah, I've got a different mouse, and I'm also when I get back to it, gonna try to change things up and do not everything with my right hand, whether we're talking editing
Fair
or
enough.
not. I'm like shaving with my left hand now. I've gotten quite good at it now.
Oh god.
ambidextrous, mate. Good stuff.
Yeah, now I guess. It's taken me a while. I should get used to eating with a fork with my left hand. I'll try out chopsticks at one point. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to. I think after everything starts to feel like 100% again, I'm just gonna try and be as ambidextrous as possible in everything I'm doing, I guess, and see what happens.
It's a good
No, man,
strategy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I remember kind of being ambidextrous when I was younger, but once I grew older, I just started doing everything with my right hand. So.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just going back to the COVID stuff. Has anyone here actually gotten any of the vaccines? Because I had.
Yes,
I
I
had
have
one
the.
of them. For the
My
My
parents
I've gotten the.
is working out for me.
I'm completely vaccinated. Yeah.
I've gotten the
Hell yeah.
first one, and I get the second one in like 2 days.
Yeah, you're all from the U.S.
Australia
and the
was going
UK,
on.
right? So you're.
Yeah,
That's why.
So we're better.
We're
Get it?
filthy Canadians.
We didn't rely on foreign allies, and then we got there's a little delay, so you're gonna have to wait for it.
Well,
So
we
what I
had our
heard-
own vaccine production facilities, and then I think Harper got rid of them, and then Trudeau didn't think about getting them back. So I guess you can blame multiple governments for that one, but.
What I'm hoping is they'll be able to get it. The scientists will be able to get it under control fast enough, so it doesn't turn into a case of like the flu, where like there's constantly new strands because the virus is constantly evolving.
But that's what Pfizer combats, doesn't it? Because it vaccinates against the protein molecule that doesn't change, supposedly.
Well, all of
Because
the
if it's
vaccines are useful against the different variants as they currently are.
Well,
The
it's gonna
degrees to
evolve,
which
it's
they're
gonna keep-
useful fluctuates depending on the variant, but they're all good at like preventing serious complications or death. And so
'Cause
sorry.
No, I was just gonna say because like with the flu, it's like constantly evolving, and there's there's a new vaccine each year for that. So
Yeah.
it's like just kind of curious how that's gonna be with COVID.
I mean, it's possible that COVID could be seasonal and never go away. But in the event that does happen, I mean, over time, regardless of whether or not there's different strands and mutations, it's not going to be as deadly or serious for us as human beings the further over time it goes, right?
Sure.
Because I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
Spanish flu, like, technically still exists. It just doesn't kill anybody anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like just over time, like human
Australia's-
beings gain more of an immunity to it.
Australia royally fucked up our rollout. It's not good. There's a lot of problems.
Oh, for
with
vaccine?
Astra
Yeah, but you
too.
also don't have a lot of cases right now.
That's true. That is true. But we
It's a
do
bit of a
You don't have a
trade-off.
country that's threatening over a third wave right now.
we are like do have pockets that might pop up every now and then, but they get shut down super quickly. If there's more than like 5 or 10 cases, all the borders shut to like the entire like state.
Which seems to be
Crazy.
like working out fine for you guys right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, America's coming close to the point where they have like more vaccines than they do demand for vaccines. So pretty sure the US will be selling or giving away to other like G20 countries anyway. So even if you don't have, as Australians, even if you don't have like a lot of vaccines technically lined up, like the countries that will have this shit dealt with in the next month or so will probably just be trying to get rid of excess supply. So it'll probably just get easier for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
We're almost there.
I
It's
have
been
a
a while.
question
It's
for
nice,
the chat. I don't know. I've never been to one of these hangouts, so
Sure.
Forgive me if I ask a silly question or whatever. But
Don't worry about it.
I don't know if have you Adam, especially, or anybody else, have you seen the movie Wolf Creek and Wolf Creek
Yes.
2?
I know.
Yeah.
Opinions on it?
Roger Ebert like hates Wolf Creek. Like, have you read his review of it?
No, but I'm not
He's, like,
surprised. It is.
extremely-
I mean,
He gave it like 0 out of 4 stars.
oh, is it one of his zeros? That's
yeah,
funny.
I'm pretty sure.
Well,
The
let me look
first
this
one
up.
was like
Pretty cruel.
really shocking and demeaning to women, and then the second one was like very tonally inconsistent. I found it's just really bad Australian films. I hated them.
I mean, like it was made in the right time. 2005 to just have like a silly like slasher thing, low budget. There's nothing like amazing about it. I would revisit it for nostalgic purposes because I definitely watched it when I was younger a few times. But I don't know. From what I remember the build up being better than the execution sort of thing. Like they got like a I don't know, like a creepy dude to be the
that was
Big Taylor. That's
yeah.
not a knife.
Yeah.
He's been Me Too'd, sadly. I think.
Oh no.
Very Australian.
Oops. Got him.
Yeah.
Right. Just said.
2 sucked. 2 was not good, especially that scene where they just run over the kangaroos. It was so fucking weird. It comes out of nowhere.
I don't know if I've seen 2 or
That
not.
was insane. That was the second one. They just start like I don't know what they're trying to tell us what they think it means, but like he's literally just driving in a vehicle pursuit of one of his victims, and a bunch of kangaroos come out of nowhere.
That sounds hilarious.
Absolutely obliterated.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna watch it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very experimental movie, especially that part where the guy just looks at the camera and says the N-word for 5 minutes straight. It's
Really? Is that something that like actually?
I think someone's memeing right now. I think someone's being a meme lord, and
Really?
Anthony Fantano commenter right now.
Yeah.
Anthony Fantano needle drop comment section.
That's what I thought.
All of those
so,
comments.
I guess just something that I was wondering, since we kind of brought up just how certain movies are the way they are because they were made in the right time. I'm just wondering, what do you guys think is kind of the, I guess, current era movies that only are going to be able to be made now and not going to work out in the future or something?
Yeah, that's funny because I was just thinking of like Ben Wheatley's In the Earth, and he was like, "Yeah, this is very much a movie of the moment because we like shot it in 15 days, and it's about a pandemic and all this stuff." And I'm surprised at like how soon, how quickly it was just like snapped up by Neon. It's gonna be like released in theaters this week.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people like Ben Wheatley. I've never seen a good movie from him, but
I was half and
I don't
half on
know.
A lot of people are saying that In the Earth is good, but I'm not sure about it. The trailer.
If you like his other
kinda
movies, you'll
dumb.
like this movie.
I
That's all
haven't
you
seen
need to
any
know.
Ben Wheatley movies, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if it was an experimental art piece and nothing else, I would have liked it more. But I found a lot of it just to be
He's not great. But yeah, I don't know what a movie of the now would be that you wouldn't find in 10 years.
I feel like every
Borat
genre
kind of
evolves.
was.
You know,
Borat,
actually,
Borat 2, actually.
When the Borat, really? Why Borat?
Borat 2,
two,
I mean.
specifically 2.
Why
Yeah.
why Borat 2?
Because it's about like politics and Trump.
Because it's about current events.
Rudy
No,
Giuliani.
that's a really I don't like that answer. You could say that about any documentary then.
Fair enough.
Like, what's a type of
Alright.
movie, right?
Yeah,
like a
about, like,
documentary
every
covering
Michael
current
Moore
events.
Type
like-
of movie, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to think for now.
Yeah, like technically documentaries or biopics made in this
Mm-hmm.
decade probably wouldn't age well because a lot of biopics being made today are about people we care about right now. And maybe like 10 years from now, we're not going to give a shit about these people
Yeah,
that they're
maybe.
making movies about.
I think that superhero movies will still be successful and they'll still be a thing. But I think possibly something that will define this past 10 years will be really sloppily put together attempts at forming a extended universe, like The Mummy, like you know,
The
a lot of the Zack
Mummy.
Snyder stuff, and like you know, things that are attempting to build a universe at like Four Stick, and they screw up so bad on the first one, and then they're like, I guess we're just not going to continue. I think eventually the studios that have tried that and failed will either have a good game plan next time or not try again. So I think that might be
something
that's,
I like find really funny
Yeah.
about like the way like Snyder's like tried to build up this whole Justice League universe. Because in like Man of Steel, like, oh, he's Superman, and then in Batman v Superman, he's like, oh, here's Batman and Wonder Woman, Justice League coming next. Whereas like the Avengers, you know, Marvel apparently had like way more movies like building up to the Avengers and all those.
Yeah,
sequels.
Almost each one got like their own movie, so it makes
yeah. Warner Brothers probably thought that nobody would be watching superhero movies after
and not
Avengers,
just Batman and Wonder Woman,
and
too.
so they were just trying to get it
Also-
out quick.
Yeah, like not just Batman and Wonder Woman too. They had like Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman all have cameos in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
It's the most funniest.
And then-
Wonder Woman got her own movie before Justice League.
Barely. Barely
Warner Brothers
before.
times at setting up new franchises. They failed with the DC. They failed with the new series of Harry Potter movies, and they failed with. And the new Scooby-Doo movie was supposed to set up a whole new universe of Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, because they
Scoob. Does like
God.
anybody even remember that?
And all these
I vaguely remember that.
So
I never
they
bothered
just
to watch
hyped
it,
up a
so.
whole new universe.
Yeah.
When you said new Scooby-Doo movie, I was like, what?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it came and went, and I didn't care.
Yeah, and the trailer was like, ooh, we're so like relevant. Netflix, Dwayne Johnson.
Was it Netflix?
We're so
Dabbing.
hip.
Didn't
Yeah.
like the
No,
Shaggy
it just
voice
seemed really
actor
try-hard.
change, and that was.
Oh yeah,
like,
it wasn't Matthew
controversy.
later.
Yeah, he got sad.
It's such a dumb choice. Like, he is Shaggy at this point. He became
Yeah.
Shaggy.
I mean, they brought back Frank Walker Weller to do Scooby, and
Yeah, but like Scooby Doo doesn't talk, and yet in the movie he's like, "Oh,
Yeah, he talks.
Look, this and this and this is going on." You know, it was kind of jarring for me, like watching that, because I remember watching a lot of Scooby Doo when I was younger, and he like never talked.
He makes noises.
I mean, well,
What?
no,
He
well,
talks all
maybe
the
he
time.
never
Talks
talked.
all the time.
Maybe he didn't like never talk. You're right. I
got
probably
a
missed
list.
that. You're right.
And me, like,
It
in
was
the
just kind
super-
of different in the Scoob trailer, and that's what really kind of caught me off.
Hi, Taylor's
guard.
wife.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Hello.
Is that Pikachu?
Is what
On
Pikachu?
someone's shirt.
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Oh, yeah.
this is
Oh,
Mimikyu.
kind of.
Oh.
There's
Mimikyu.
something.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so basically, Mimikyu is a new ghost type, and
Oh.
the premise is
It's just
he's
Ditto,
very
but less
sad
cool.
because everyone doesn't like him, so he tries to dress up as Pikachu so
Oh.
people will love him. But if you
Ditto,
look
but
under
less
his cloak, you'll see something so horrible that you will die.
Oh no.
It's like Bird Box.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
that's
Oh my
Pokedex
goodness.
entries.
Yeah. They're just okay. So it's, yeah, I'm just trying to trace down the thought process of like the new Pokemon designs. Is just it's always it's always just a not fun experience because then it's like, oh, what do we want to do? Let's have a Pokemon that mimics another Pokemon. It's like, what about Ditto? No, it's different this time. I don't know.
Every generation has to have a Pikachu clone.
It's weird to me.
It's
like as
Ditto,
a
but more
concept,
sinister.
Yeah.
It's not really a Pokemon. It's like it's a sack over a Pokemon.
But it's a ghost
like, I
type.
like yeah, if there was an evolution of it where maybe you could see what it actually looks like if you get like high enough friendship with it or something.
That would be cute. Maybe one day.
It takes off its cloak and it's like, I'm beautiful.
How do I spell Mimikyu? Is it literally just Mimic?
Mimikyu.
That's
Pikachu
really that's I don't like this.
Do you guys
Pikachu had a
think
bad
there's
day.
Okay, Gen 1er.
Do you guys think that there's gonna be a big like trend of director cut type things?
Yeah.
I could see it.
Not.
Yeah,
I
there was
hope
the whole
not.
release the
Not
air
that for the
cut
Godfather
Suicide Squad
3.
movement.
There's always been a director's cut sort of marketing thing for like home media, Blu-rays or whatever, right?
Isn't there Southland Tales one coming out?
Yeah, that's not that's independent
already
of Snyder.
came
He's
out.
his own cult thing. And there's like a billion different Southland Tales versions now. I don't know. Yeah, any cult film really can do it. It's funny that like right now, every post that Warner Brothers makes on any of their social medias, like Instagram, it's all just every comment is just hashtag restore the Snyderverse from like at least
Snyder
from what
Cut
I've
wasn't
seen. I haven't
enough.
like investigated all of this, but like there's
Wasn't there,
people
like,
made some posts on my subreddit. They were like, congratulations to Daniel Kaluuya for winning a BAFTA for the or was it a BAFTA? I don't remember. They're like, congratulations for
The SAG-AFTRA.
yeah, whatever it was. And then all the comments were just like, restore the Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse. It's like, doesn't Zack Snyder want out? Didn't he say he doesn't want to do it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
he
who-
was like, "Oh yeah,
So
Warner
weird.
Brothers like contacted me, or maybe they didn't
Like-
contact me, and they haven't expressed any interest in me doing any more superhero movies, and I'm fine with that."
Oh yeah.
And you still got all these people going, "Restore the Snyderverse." I don't
Like,
know.
what
He
else
wants
can
to
they
do the
They
zombie movies.
They
Oh,
already
yeah, but
fought
you watch
Warner-
Army of the Dead. You know,
Because it's on
Didn't show up
Netflix,
for
I'll
that,
click on it and maybe skip off of it. Maybe if it comes out and it's got like a 50 Metascore, I'm probably just gonna avoid it. I don't know. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look as good as his Dawn of the Dead movie. I kind of enjoyed the Dawn of the Dead one he made a while back.
Yeah, the tagline for it is "Always bet on dead" because they're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's like the premise is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the premise is that the zombie outbreak is contained in Vegas and everywhere else in the world is fine, but there are these criminals that want to pull off a heist in one of the casinos. So they go in and yeah, it's basically like they want a lot of money. They know that there's a lot of money in the casino there. They do this whole operation. They bring a bunch of guns. And then probably by the end of the movie, it'll be like, oh no, the zombie outbreak is now not contained anymore. Like one of them gets bit and comes back. And then it's like, oh no, now it's not just in Vegas. And that'll probably be how it ends. But we'll see.
Sounds like a Dead Rising plot.
Yeah, I don't know. The zombies, like, so part of the trailer that kind of like is a little annoying to me. It's like, they're not, these aren't just like your average zombies. They're smarter than you think and they're organized. So these are like social zombies, right? And so there's going to be points in the movie where they like set traps and stuff and like but that's the impression I'm getting from the trailer. And all I think of is like, when you make zombies smart, then you have to like think about like, I don't know, why don't they just fucking shoot their prey and then eat it? You know, like if a zombie is so smart, why doesn't it pick up a gun?
Maybe they'll do that.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah, the whole point of the zombie is that they can't think. Is that they're just
Yeah.
stumbling corpses.
Yeah, at that point, you might as well just have like a different kind of creature, or like
Yeah, just be mutants or something.
They did
Yeah,
that in
part, they're-
Doom.
they're
The zombies
basically-
fucking shoot at you.
yeah.
Yeah, but By that point, they're just Draugrs from Skyrim, wielding
I
fucking
like
battle axes.
Flesh eaters.
I don't know if you would consider them zombies, but Dark Souls, like the Hollows, are basically zombies.
Sure.
It's the
Basically
only thing
zombies.
they retained is how to fight.
Yeah.
Yet they're starved.
Those
Basically.
zombies that don't eat or fight, and they just walk around.
They just chill.
Yeah, that's
That's kind of why I like the zombies and like The Walking Dead, because half the time they're just sitting there like, like come on, come to me, please, please. I'm so hungry.
My favorite zombies are probably in 28 Days Later. They look scary as fuck.
I need
There's
to
like
watch
this essence that was captured in that movie that I don't know was captured in any other zombie movie, where you have these shots where, like, you know, he enters the church. This is like a really great moment. And he's like looking around, and then it looks like there's just a bunch of dead bodies. And then the zombies hear him come in, and then when they like jump up, they don't just like go like start running. They're like like the expression on the zombie's face when they discover that there's potentially some food is like the most disturbingly psychotic shit. Just
yeah,
it's
fucking
so
terrifying.
it's so scary in
man.
that movie where
It's my
Shit.
favorite horror film.
Yeah.
I need to watch
So
this.
good.
I know a lot of people are gonna disagree, but I really, in terms of zombie movies,
Mhm.
my favorite might be The Dead Don't Die. Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
yeah,
I
I was
still
just
haven't
gonna,
seen that,
like,
but I'll check it out
mention
for
that.
my 2018,
Yeah, it has-
2017. What year was
yeah,
that?
2019.
2019, wasn't it? Oops.
Yeah. I think it
Didn't
has like
release-
a pretty mixed like Rotten Tomatoes rating or something. Got
Yeah.
pretty mediocre
Rotten Tomatoes
reviews.
I'll
Yeah,
check
Rotten
out. I'll check
Tomatoes,
out the
what the hell?
Jarmish.
Still kind of
I just
interested
thought it was
in
really
that.
funny.
Yeah, I
Are you
wasn't. I
Australian?
wasn't
Like-
huge on Only Lovers Left Alive, so, but I love Patterson. So
Yeah,
we'll see what
Patterson
happens.
was great.
I'd say my
Return
favorite
of the
zombie
Living
movie is
Dead.
Shaun of the
That's
Dead.
like my goat zombie movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
Fave.
a bit older.
I love the Tarman.
I just want
Tarman
to party.
My favorite zombie movie is World War Z. I'm kidding.
Mm.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This
I'm
time
kidding.
it has Brad Pitt.
You've been kicked from the chat.
That's why it's good. It says Brad Pitt.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
Yeah,
look, I'm
everything
a
with Brad Pitt
zombie.
is good.
Brad Pitt.
Zombies like
as-
the Pepsi.
He's Pepsi Man. It's his bravest role to date.
That's a film
Pepsi
adaptation
Man.
I'd line up for. Pepsi
Yeah.
Man.
Isn't his
Why don't I
character
pitch
not in the
Pepsi Man
book?
to Warner Brothers?
Well, the whole movie's not the book.
That's on the house.
Because you can just
Also, Willy's Wonderland
Pepsi
is
will
open.
pay for the movie. It's genius.
Yeah.
They better put Pepsi Man in Smash.
Yeah, they do need to.
Yeah.
That is.
I
Oh
would
yeah, they do.
call for Pepsi Man in Smash, or at
I
least
could
as an
see that
official
happening.
copy.
I don't know if I
Nah,
could
that's
see that
just-
happening.
just one more
That was like a
fire.
I don't
PlayStation
know.
exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Fair.
know, but
It was just
They
a
They
got
have
Japanese
all sorts
PlayStation
of
exclusives
crossover
in
characters
Smash
now.
all the time,
PlayStation
but
exclusive.
Pepsi Man isn't going to be a thing because that was like 90s and also a soda brand.
And most people don't care. To be
Maybe
honest.
the movie
Maybe
could
someone-
like appeal to children in the 90s, like the Space Jam thing. I mean, maybe not.
Or you could
Would
just
you
have
have
a
played
whole
Pepsi Man as a-
universe of brands. So then it's like Pepsi Man, and then Ronald
Like
McDonald
Food
gets his own
Fight.
movie, and then it's
That would
Pepsi
be
Man
funny.
versus Ronald McDonald.
Oh, and then they can do a fucking-
If you had the
That would be
Avengers
awesome.
of like
Pepsi
product
Baby.
placements,
Mm-hmm.
like
And Taco Bell
ad
would be really
characters.
offensive.
Oh, the Taco
Hmm.
Bell Chihuahua can come back.
Oh.
or the sponge monkeys from the Quiznos ad. God, no.
They're the antagonists.
Ah,
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
yeah, that was cursed.
Have any of
noise.
you guys seen that like weird Kleenex ad with like the Japanese lady and like the baby with the thing on its head?
Oh
like,
yeah.
No.
I'll link to it.
Why
Very
even
like-
strange.
Is
Supposed to be like cursed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
So
saw
that
like
was-
a
First, I
few-
thought you were gonna talk about the one where this Asian lady puts an African American man in a washing
Oh,
machine,
no.
and he turns
I
into
haven't
an
heard of that
Asian
one.
guy.
He's African Korean.
What?
Technically.
Oh, okay. So, whoops.
Isn't-
Sorry.
Isn't saying weird Japanese ad a bit redundant? Like, aren't they all weird?
Yeah, probably.
Well, what's weird is
Satire,
that
satire.
fairly normal to them.
Little
Oh, yeah,
baby's
true.
ice cream.
All right.
What is normal?
I do
what was
prefer
that
Japanese
about-
advertising to American advertising.
Yeah, it's more. It's
They
fun.
Sony had some interesting PlayStation ads.
Oh, the
where-
The baby one.
The weird baby.
I mean, they had a lot of them. There were ones where it's like you couldn't possibly imagine what it was advertising until
Yeah,
the very end of the
fucking baby.
trailer commercial.
Wasn't the weird baby?
Did you
for,
ever
like,
see
the PS3?
Sorry?
Wasn't the weird baby thing for the PS3?
Yeah, that was a weird one for sure.
Do you remember there was like a magazine ad for the PS Vita that was trying to advertise like the sensors on the back, and so what they did was take like a pretty woman and put boobs on her back.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it.
Did you ever
I
see
posted a
the?
bit.
Did you see the Doritos commercial where it has the pregnant lady and whenever the guy, when he throws the Dorito bag on the ground, the baby just runs out of the girl's stomach.
What?
Oh.
It's actually a commercial.
Is that a real one? Let's
Yeah, it's
see.
like a Doritos commercial, and like it's like the baby's like a magnet to the Doritos.
Doritos
Yeah, that's
pregnancy
Super Bowl.
commercial Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there was this one
every year during the Super Bowl.
There was one pretty controversial like billboard
Oh
ad.
my
I think it was
goodness.
for like the PlayStation something, but it was like a white woman who was like threatening a black woman, and it was like I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's like there's the implication that like the white is the better version. Anyone know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what
I
you're
thought
talking
it was
about.
like they used detergent or something, and then the person was like not black anymore. That's the one I
No.
remember, and it was pretty disturbing.
I just skimmed over that Doritos commercial. It looked hilarious. That Doritos
just
commercial looked really
remembered-
funny.
Does
Isn't
anyone have
there
a
this-
link to that
I
ad?
know, I love it so much.
Just search
Yeah, I was
Doritos
just, like,
pregnancy
looking
commercial
over-
Super Bowl. It's the first result. It's on the Wall
I know,
Street
I
Journal
was
YouTube
just,
channel.
looking
I'm gonna pee
over,
real quick.
like,
I'll be
what
right back.
people considered the worst commercials
fun.
ever, and I like found the Sandy Hook Promise one, in which kids were like, "Oh, I got these sneakers to help me outrun the shooter," or something.
Isn't there this ad of the Skittles ad of this bride and groom having sex, and then the
What?
groom ejaculates
Yes.
Skittles?
Oh, I remember that
my
one.
god.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Has anyone
'cause-
seen Long Man? It's like a Japanese fucking candy thing.
Long
Makes me
Yes,
want to eat
yes, I have.
Skittles.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
very
It's so good. That
strange
art is
fucking.
awesome.
There
love
was
that
like
art.
an internet historian video where he talks about that. Just this really weird ad.
Which one?
It's great. It's so
Oh my
good.
god!
There is
6
weird,
minutes?
though.
I got one. Have you guys seen that Game Boy Micro ad with the mouse and the maze? So they're in a lab. They make a maze. On one side, there's a piece of cheese. There's a Game Boy Micro on the other. The mouse just crawls over the fucking walls, goes to the Game Boy Micro, and starts humping it.
What?
I am not making this
Yeah,
up.
I've
One
seen
second,
it.
let me find it.
I don't remember the humping, but I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's so
He's
strange.
just
Like,
been
don't they
wild.
market themselves towards children?
Yeah,
And
that
yet
was
they're
part of a
doing,
time where
like,
everyone was just
weird
trying to be
commercials.
Kids would think
provocative.
it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we're laughing about it now.
So,
Yeah.
like, weird
Yeah, they did
sexual-
their job.
Alright, here it
It's
is.
like the scene in like the Transformers 2 in which they have like the robot dog humping the girl's leg. And even though like Transformers is like supposed to be catered towards younger audiences, and apparently that movie has all sorts
Funny,
of
Michael
weird
Bay.
sexual stuff. I don't know.
Transformers has a lot of weird sexual stuff. There's like a part where like one of the characters gets
racist.
peed on by one of the monsters. Like
Doesn't,
one of the robots.
Oh yeah. I remember
don't they
that.
like canonically have scrotums?
Yeah, he had
Weird.
gigantic balls.
There's
And
like,
I'm like, what the fuck?
you know, in Transformers 2, there's like the giant one with it
Yeah,
has a literal pair
Devastator
of balls
has
hanging.
like wrecking balls.
Yeah.
You're talking about the movies?
Like, why
Oh
does it-
yeah,
Yeah.
that was stupid.
Like, why the fuck did they give us balls in Transformers, but not in
God,
King Kong versus
Michael Bay's
Godzilla?
humor is just so annoying.
I find it
Yeah.
interesting that like not as many people talk about Michael Bay anymore.
Oh, yeah.
because he didn't like join the superhero
about him
shit.
that was analyzing his
That is true.
artistic like style.
If he
Like,
if he
like the
hopped
last
on the
movie
superhero
made.
bandwagon, man, he'd be
You
much
know,
more
I find
relevant
it pretty
right now.
funny in that movie Pain and Gain. They apparently keep flashing, "This is a true story" on the screen, even though Dwayne Johnson's character like didn't exist in real life.
Oh my god.
Wait, there's a
Platinum Dunes, baby.
Wait, there's a film where they keep flashing "This is a true story." What?
Apparently.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I've heard that one's meant to be like somewhat
Satire.
ironic. Yeah, I don't know.
But
like American Animals.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's Michael Bay, so I'm not going to assume it's like done well or anything, but
this is a true story.
Yeah, and the true story which that movie is based off of is like quite like sad and horrifying, but in the movie they try to make it all flashy and like hyped up. Like I'll link to the article that's about it.
Yeah, 600 grand was bad. I think I watched the whole movie. It was pretty stupid. Yeah, I did. I did watch the whole movie. It was really bad.
What's a movie you watched way too young?
I don't know. Probably The Lion King.
Fire in the Sky for me. It's the
Wait,
it's the
what was the question?
Yeah, wasn't that on Chris Duckman's
movies you saw
Television
too
Trauma
young.
list?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I watched that when I was way too young, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of like a Stephen King little story," because I didn't recognize how terrible the pacing was and everything. And then the torture scene came out of fucking nowhere.
Which scene? Which
and I
movie
don't
is
think I
this?
slept for a week. Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, it just decides to turn into like Jacob's Ladder or something for
Yeah.
no reason.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it's so like Jacob
Bizarre.
Ladder. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
remember my grandpa like essentially forced me to watch the original Alien when I was like 7 years old.
Nice.
And I was like not having a good time.
I watched Requiem for a Dream when I was in grade 6.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to watch the Civil War movie called Glory in like 6th grade or whatever when I was only 13. And it was like pretty brutal at points, and you know I'm not sure how well I handled that.
I remember in grade 7 we watched Amstrad.
When I was in like elementary school and middle school, I watched shit on YouTube and I became obsessed with like horror movies like Friday the 13th, and I'd pester my parents to help me watch them. So it was very exciting to get to that point. I don't know though if there have been like movies that messed me up and I was too young to see. I think my parents are pretty irresponsible in that regard.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of horror
Times
movies
Better
by myself. I miss getting scared by horror movies though.
I think Alien was the first R-rated movie I saw, and I was like 10.
When's the last time you think you've been scared by a horror movie?
Climax.
I mean, yeah, it's just there's moments. There's moments that are like kind of scary. Like again, the 28 Days Later zombies, like just the expression on their face. I love that part.
I think atmosphere has become
I mean,
what's
I watched
scary.
like The Witch last Halloween, and I was almost kind of like freaking out the entire time, even though I've heard complaints from others that it's like too slow.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
think
found it to be
The
very
Witch
like
is
tense and unnerving.
so creepy.
Genuinely
its
like
pace, honestly.
frightening.
I'd recommend checking out the YouTube, the ARG YouTube series Marble Hornets for horror, because that's just, I think that really successfully that's really good at being successfully disturbing.
Also watch Local 58 and Gemini Home Entertainment. Those are both great. Those are like YouTube channels that is like kind of like analog horror and stuff, and I think they both like really pull that style off very well. And it's kind of a shame that like Local 58 hasn't done anything since like November 2018, and they've like barely posted anything on their Twitter. And I wish they would do more, because like the videos they have done are all like great.
Has anyone seen the most disturbing movie iceberg thing at all, or no?
Oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Iceberg. What?
I saw the version where someone put to boldly or not. What was? Yeah, it was to boldly.
Oh,
say, like, at
that
the bottom.
meme. Yeah, that meme thing.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and
Never seen it,
Megan
never
is
will.
Missing is pretty far down.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Nice,
probably weird,
Amir.
at least.
I find that any widely circulated film recommendations that are presented via meme, I usually don't agree with. There was like a gigantic there was this trend on the movies subreddit. I don't know if it's still going or not, but this used to be much more popular a few years ago, where someone would create like an Imgur album of like, here's all these great movies that you probably haven't seen, and people will upvote it because it's like, oh, the way they described it sounds pretty interesting, and people who upvote it haven't seen them because they're kind of obscure. And one of them, it's just like near the top of the list, like amusement. And it like it's like 30,000 upvotes or whatever on Reddit, and like amusement is on like really high on this list. I'm like, man, none of you have actually seen this, have you?
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's fucking sad.
I think I included a screenshot of that in my review.
Dude, best sandwich ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. I want to eat that sandwich.
So I am getting very hungry and need to make some food. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through everybody in the order that I see on my screen, and everybody can ask a final question / comment or whatever you want to say. So just whenever I call your username or whatever. So yeah, let's go through that. Sebastian.
Yes. I have a film course in my university, and one of my final projects is that I need to do like a video review.
Oh yeah.
And I was just wondering like if you don't mind sharing like what software do you use for putting DVDs on your computer for like an editing software?
For like ripping Blu-rays, I have DVD Fab 9, which you can use to rip Blu-rays without the copyright protection thing, and which is why they don't sell that anymore. So studios got really angry and sent a bunch of threatening legal letters. So now if you buy DVD Fab, it doesn't bypass the copyright protection. But if you have a program called Any DVD, which is a little bit pricey, but if you're using it like I am, like all the time, you can.
I have that.
Yeah, Any DVD. It basically you put a DVD or Blu-ray in, and it bypasses the copyright protection for any program you want to use it with. It just automatically tricks your computer into thinking there's no copyright protection on it. So you could put in a DVD, and as long as you have any DVD installed, Any DVD HD, then you can just rip it with whatever software you would, and the software that you rip it with doesn't need to have copyright protection on it. So
thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks. Hope you feel better with your hand.
Thank you. Boards of Cinema.
Yeah, so I saw the Florida project recently, and I saw most of it was really great, but I'm kind of like divided on like the ending, like the very last scene. Like I get what Sean Baker was trying to go for with that, but it just felt a bit too like heavy-handed and on the nose.
Yeah, I agree. The ending it would have been a better ending if it cut before the end. It just felt out of place. Yeah, whatever thematic purposes that serves doesn't, it doesn't fix the fact that it feels weird and out of place. And
I've heard people like defending it, trying to say that it's a metaphor for them like trying to preserve their childhood innocence, even with all.
Yeah,
this
it's
awful
clearly a
stuff going
metaphor.
on.
It's just stupid and doesn't work.
I still felt that was so much more like subtly communicated in like the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to imagine if like say the Kid with a Bike had an ending like that, even though that is a pretty different movie.
Yeah, there's a bunch of movies that could easily add an extra scene and make themselves worse.
I mean, Brazil kind of had like a dream sequence ending.
Yeah, let's not spoil
like
things
so much more
though.
Purposeful. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
I plan to
felt
see
so
that
much-
scene.
That was worked so much better, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. I still haven't seen Florida Project for a second time, but I imagine I'll feel the exact same way about the ending that I did the first time. Still a good movie. Really, really great movie.
Yeah.
I actually felt a lot better after watching a second time.
Mhm.
That's just
All right, Taylor.
Hey, so it's my first time on one of these Hangouts. So I just wanted to say hello and thank you for all the
Thank
content
you.
over the years. I started watching you like probably 2012.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's just thanks for all the content. And Salamancer too. Thanks for all your work on the highlights channel. I love that, all that content as well. Yeah, and whenever I'm looking to watch a new movie or something I haven't seen, a go-to is always your top of the year lists. So
Thank you so much.
well, thanks.
I'm looking forward
Thanks
to
for the great
continuing my year list. I haven't done one in a while, so I'm trying to get my 2016 shit figured out.
Yeah, well, thanks for all the great recommendations. And if I could add a recommendation, I saw a documentary film last year called "There Are No Fakes." It's a Canadian documentary.
Faces?
And it's called "There Are No Fakes."
Fakes. Okay.
Fakes, and it's about the largest art forgery ring, and it was just uncovered ever in Canadian history.
Okay.
It's the keyboard player for the Bare Naked Ladies bought a Norval Morrisseau, a very famous Indigenous artist, painting, and went to put it in his art collection in his display, and a connoisseur came and said, unfortunately, I got to tell you, this is a fake. And it's the deep dive into that story and the dark twist, like the shit they uncover from it is
It's on my watch
insane.
list. Thank you so much. I just added it.
Thank you.
I will check it out. Awesome. Thank you. Mir?
Hi. So yeah, just a couple quick ones. So I also watched Crypto Zoo, and I was wondering what
How'd
your
you see it?
reaction was. Sorry.
Did you see it at another festival? I'm just curious what the release is
Sundance.
like right now.
Sundance.
Oh, you also saw it during Sundance. Okay.
Yeah. So what was your reaction to that Capitol building related thing at the beginning of the movie?
That was clearly, I mean, the movie was made well before that happened. So it is funny timing that like a couple days before the screening that happened. Yeah, it was amusing. It was funny. Kind of flipped the flipped the purpose of it, I guess.
I just
but it wasn't trying to comment on it. Sorry, what?
Yeah, absolutely not.
I just left you a comment in like the chat about Crypto Zoo.
Oh,
basically, like, how would you compare it to like Death Shaw's other film?
I've only seen them both once, but I enjoyed both of them. We'll see. They'll both be on my end of the year list, I guess. So, they're different. All right, was that all you had to ask, Amir?
Yeah.
Just one more thing.
Sure.
Are you into King Crimson at all?
I don't know if I've heard them.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend Lark's Tongues and Aspic and In the Court of the Crimson King.
Yeah, that's the Court of the Crimson King is like the one. That's the big one.
I've seen that album cover.
Yeah, everyone's seen the fucking album cover.
Yeah. But I definitely think that Lark's Tongues and Aspic is the superior album.
Okay.
But like, yeah, once you get into their discography, everyone sort of forms their own opinion on which is the best. Typically between 5 that people pick. Yeah, they have a really solid discography overall.
Yeah, they do.
I'll add it to my Spotify after. Thank you. And then we'll
Hell
see,
yeah.
I guess, whenever I get to it.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you. Sophia.
First question. Have you seen the new Wittenberg movie?
Yeah, another round.
Yeah.
Thomas Vinterberg, I think. Vinterberg.
Vinterberg, yeah.
Yes, like winter. Yeah, I thought it was great. I did a quickie for it on my channel. I saw it at Toronto Film Festival.
I'm
Yeah.
a bad fan for missing that quickie, but yeah, love your music.
Thank
the
you.
Song Prophet rules hard. I mean, they all rule hard.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
playing them all the time while I'm working. Speaking of which, I'm working right now, so I actually have to leave a little early. But
no worries.
Thanks for all your content. And Schenectady, New York, we're all gonna die.
Thank you so much.
see you
Thank
guys.
you for joining.
Jesus. God damn.
Nice.
Sinek Dosh.
Yes. That one sloth.
I have about I don't know, I guess a tough question. It's these
Sure.
3 movies that are by the same director. I don't know if you can see them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, I
we
can.
can.
Leviathan, Loveless,
Which
and Elena.
order should I watch them in?
That's a
Out of
good
your
question.
experience watching that.
Well, Elena was the first one I watched, and then Leviathan because that came out next, and I was aware of the director, and then Loveless because that came out after that. The only one I haven't seen twice is Loveless because I haven't done that list year yet.
Well, after 2016, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Loveless was 17, right? Let's see.
Right. Yeah. I think 17.
Yeah. Leviathan is probably. Oh man, it depends. It depends how much you like kind of like depressing, sad movies.
I love depressing, sad movies.
Go Leviathan.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's the most depressing, sad movie, but it is. I think Leviathan's probably the most well made out of the 3 of them. I think from memory.
And I did remember you saying that they act really good drunk in the movie.
Yeah, there's really great acting in the movie. There's a lot going on in that movie. Yeah, both of the other ones, the stories are a bit more simple, but they're still great. So.
Okay. Also, I was curious, are you planning on sending or putting out the Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2 at the same time?
I was kind of thinking about it. I don't know if I will. I still need to get the because the Adam and Pals videos, one of them was sent to me by an editor. I need to make a few more changes to it and go through it some more, which I'll try to do tonight. With my left hand. And
God damn.
And then they will probably start working on part 2 in I don't know, a week or something. They're trying to finish up one of the gaming channel series also. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're both 2 different movies, even though they say part 1 and part 2. So I think should be fine. I was debating doing that. There was a bit of a delay. Usually it was released one a month, but there wasn't one last month, so I apologize.
No, it's all good. I was just curious because it kind of fits with kind of the movie and kind of just with the craziness of it all. But
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kiet?
Yep. How are you doing, Adam?
I feel kind of tired. I feel like I didn't sleep as much as I should have. I actually put on the there's this because my arm's been bugging me, I've tried a few different wrist braces or whatever, and because my mom knows about it now, she's mailing me this shit to try and use. And so there was one that showed up earlier that kind of immobilizes my fingers too, and it's this weird kind of turns into a mitt. I was okay, and then I wore that while I was sleeping, and I don't know, it was it definitely immobilized me. It's probably helping, but it's just so kind of awkward to wear while you're sleeping that I think it just made me wake up early. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but I'll try to get some sleep tonight.
Yep, and one more is, would you ever play Persona 5?
I don't know if I ever would, because I'm not a huge fan of turn-based games outside of Pokemon. I played Persona 4, was having a lot of fun with the story, and then the gameplay happened, and then I was just bored and turned it off.
Yeah,
Didn't you roast
so I'm probably
them
not
in your
going to do
Blu-ray
Persona 5.
video?
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you roast them for their online practices in your Blu-ray video?
In
Atlas,
my
I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I probably did. Because it was stupid. They were copyright claiming people for playing past a certain level.
No, that's dumb. Yeah, fair enough.
Taylor, your hand was up. I'll let you go quick. We're trying to get through, but
yeah, I was just wondering if you're going to check out the new Pokemon Snap. If I think you must be the same age as me if it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
Do you
see.
have any nostalgia for
first one.
Scoot sounds like he's interested in streaming it with me. So when is it coming out?
30th.
Okay, yeah, probably. We'll see. It might be one of those play it for an hour and then fucking toss it out the window things, but we'll see. All right, Augie.
Hi,
Hello.
yeah, I just want to say thanks for all your great content. Also, happy birthday, of course.
Thank you.
I just want to ask a couple quick things. One, do you think that Chaos Walking is like a fun, like ironically funny movie to watch?
It was to me. I watched it with Gael, and he's a good person to watch bad movies with when it involves especially kind of like science fiction-y, just nonsense plot elements. I enjoyed it funny bad. It wasn't as good as something like After Earth though. The humor in the film mostly comes from just how poorly made it is. Yeah, we talked about it on Sardonicast, the one that'll be out on Monday. And I had a lot of things to say about it and yelled about it for a while. So if you want, maybe just wait until after the podcast and you'll have like a understanding of all the things that were wrong with it. Maybe, I don't know. Try watching it. You can just try watching it. I don't know.
I always like watching the movies like before the
Yeah.
podcast because it helps with perspective.
Then
But
there's
also,
more of a frame of reference, yeah.
yeah. Also, have you ever heard or read the novel House of Leaves?
No.
Okay.
What
I
is
was just curious. It's kind of a horror novel that has like basically 3 different narratives. It's about this guy whose next door neighbor passes away, or his friend's next door neighbor passes away, and this neighbor has a manuscript for a documentary about this house where the inside of the house is much larger than the outside of the house. So it's kind of like a supernatural, but also
Okay.
like character study kind of novel. And there's like 3 different narratives, and the format's like crazy. I'm not finished with it, but so far I think it's really like up your alley and great.
Okay, I'll keep a tab open.
All right,
A billion
thank you.
tabs. What's it called again? One more time.
House of Leaves by Mark Z.
All right.
Danieluski.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, thank you. Chase? You're muted. There you are.
I'm sorry. Well, first of all, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Hope your arm makes a speedy recovery.
Thank you. It is
And
recovering.
Nice. And by any chance, have you seen this animated series on Netflix called Disenchantment?
I didn't get very far. That's the Matt Groening one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It wasn't as good as Futurama or Simpsons.
Not your cup of tea.
Yeah. Eric Andre's voice can only bring me so far. The writing just wasn't great, in my opinion. I wasn't on board with the jokes. It just wasn't funny to me. And so if I'm not finding it funny, I don't know what else I could get out of it. Really.
I'm more of a fan of John DiMaggio. I think that's how you pronounce his last
DiMaggio?
name. Yeah.
Yeah,
him.
he's great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
Who did
awesome.
he play again?
He plays King Zog
Okay,
in Disenchantment.
Yeah. He was Bender too, right?
Yeah, he was Bender.
In
He's
Futurama.
Jake
Yeah.
in Adventure Time.
He was Marcus Phoenix in the Gears of War series.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I almost kind of want to play Gears of War with Scoot at some point.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's a great
When I talk about when I bring up John and Marcus and his other voice words, I'm just thinking, Finn, pass me the Lancer.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Lars?
Yeah, I have 2 questions.
Sure.
One is more, I guess, have you thought again recently about going through or continuing, I should say, your Hollow Knight playthrough, because there is like a lot of content
I know,
you missed
right?
out on, which I think you would really like to do.
I
'cause you
wouldn't.
missed out on a
Yeah,
lot.
it's like something that I could probably go through again.
At least before the new one comes out.
Yeah. So it's like thinking about it. My wrist's fucked right now. I probably don't want to do any
sure.
games like that at the moment. And then beyond that, it's like I don't know, it seems like maybe something I could do for my exercise stream, but then my save file would be on PC. Assuming I still have my save file, assuming it's still saved it even though the game's uninstalled right now.
I checked. It has native Steam cloud support.
Yeah, so hopefully
your
that
file should be there.
Yeah. Even if it's local, there's a chance that if it's saved onto my computer and just doesn't delete itself when I uninstall the game. That's what happened with Super Meat Boy, I think. So I was able to continue that. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I don't know.
Because you don't have to start another file.
Yeah,
You can
my
just
my setup for my exercise stream thing downstairs, it's easier to play on consoles, but
sure.
We'll see.
And just one more question is are you aware of the band Daughters? And
Yes, I
'Cause
listened
yeah,
to the one album that Fantano gave 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about the album. I fucking love it. I was just curious if
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I kind of have to be in a bit of a mood to listen to it, though. It's not in any It's not in any time of day,
fair enough.
any day album. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
All right, lads, I'm going to hop off. You guys take it easy.
All right, thanks for joining.
All right.
And just
take care.
Yeah, take care. Thanks for the content.
Oh, thank you.
Hope your wrist gets better.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for having me again, because it's been a fucking long time since I've been here.
It has. Thanks for joining. Salamancer.
One of the harder parts in Hollow Knight, when you finish it, is just the platforming. But if you beat Celeste, it won't be too hard.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't do all the DLC in Celeste, though. That's a lot harder.
That's about it.
All right, thank you. Pretentious bloke.
Hello.
Hello.
I guess I'm just wondering what you think are some of the best movies to watch while high.
Well, the one we were just talking about, Crypto Zoo, is probably a good one. That's not really out and available yet.
Fear and Loathing.
I'm assuming you mean weed, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Climax on LSD.
No. Yeah, Fear and Loathing is a fun weed movie. Holy Mountain you can watch while high, and
Smiley Face.
Smiley Face, that's a great answer.
Nicely animated movies.
Yeah, there's I don't know, because I don't like there's like a stereotypical idea of like a high movie. Yeah, Houseu is a good one. But yeah, any depends what you're into.
The Fountain.
Greener Grass might be a really good one, actually.
Yeah, this one
Greener Grass is
Fantasia.
amazing.
Yeah, Fantasia. Anything with like good animation or
Do you guys think The Death of Dick Long would be a funny weed movie?
It's not for
it
everybody. I think the movie's fucking hilarious, and it's very ironic in how it's presented. It's very kind of like anti-humor in many ways, and also the writing's really clever, and there's a lot of like setups hidden throughout the film that.
Yeah, I'm planning on watching it again.
In a second. Yeah, I mean, I haven't smoked weed in years, so I don't really do it.
Sorry, can I just say something
Sure.
very, very quick about weed?
Yeah.
I got high for the first time a few months ago, and
Mhm.
it was fucking awesome.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
also
like,
a newbie.
Weed, bro.
That's funny.
Fuck yeah, bro.
All right. That was your question, pretentious.
Yeah.
bloke?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Fatorius?
Hello.
Hello.
So I recently finished binging all of Hanky Chan's movies.
Awesome.
And I loved almost all of them.
Oh,
love your
And I
picture.
yeah, thank you. I'm way too obsessed with funny games, but anyways,
it's a good one to
I'm
be
just
obsessed with, I think.
Yeah,
It's great.
it's every
You
time
prefer
I
the
watch
US
that movie,
version?
yeah, I think the
Yeah.
performances are better mainly, and I think it works better in an American context.
Yeah.
There's so many little lines of dialogue in that movie. But my question was, what are there any other directors you would suggest, like kind of watching some movies from if I really enjoy Haneke's style?
Fuck.
That's a good question.
I just
I mean,
watched
like, there are
just watched
directors that
the-
are really meticulous. I would actually recommend what's his name? Christian Mungiu or whatever. I'm about to look him up actually. Hold on. Christian Mungiu, Mungiu. He's Romanian. 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days is one of his films. Graduation is
Okay.
one of his films.
Yeah.
I haven't seen everything he's made, but Graduation, one of his most recent ones. I think that's his most recent one. That definitely gave me like Haneke vibes, just because it's like a really meticulous kind of movie. There's also like, I don't know. Let's see.
Wouldn't you say Abbas Kiarostami would be one?
Yes, I would, but it really depends on the movie because some of them go like so far into experimental that, you know, like it's almost like inaccessible. Yeah, definitely watch Wild Taste of Cherry. Sorry, Taste of Cherry is the film. That's a really great one.
I've seen that one.
There's like Asghar Farhadi, another Iranian director. Like The Past is very like nice looking and well filmed.
Didn't he do The Salesman as well?
Yes, he did The Salesman.
Salesman is excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, really, there's a lot of directors that have certain films that feel like a Haneke film, but not a lot where I would say their catalog is so consistent in the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you. And then I guess just one other thing I wanted to ask is, are you familiar at all with the band LCD Sound System?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the one
Go on,
song
sorry.
that was in Simon Killer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dance Yourself Clean, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that's all I really had. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for the content.
Thank you. Yeah, Simon Killer was a really Hanukkah-esque movie, I think.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that one for so long.
Oh, so you
And
knew
it's even got-
what was in the soundtrack, but you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those I've
Interesting.
just been meaning to get to.
Okay.
And
Suspicious.
Same director, Antonio Campos. I wouldn't say this about his most recent films, but his film After School seemed like a very, like almost too close to like a Hanukkah movie. You know, like his
Benny's video.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. It seemed like he was emulating his style a lot, and it was solid. It's nowhere near as good as like a Hanukkah film,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
isn't
kind
the
of like
guy
him.
from Flash in that movie?
Yeah, but he was
Simon Killer
a
also-
child, and I don't remember him being terrible in it.
I also
so.
know that Simon Killer literally has Peter from Funny Games in it. So
Yeah.
that's just like,
Brady
I don't know how I
Corbett.
haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great cast.
All right. Thank you so much, Det Boy. You should unmute yourself if you have a question or
Sorry,
comment. Oh, there you are.
I had to fill up my my G Fuel cup, so sorry about that.
Epic.
Yeah, Epic Gamer
Big
Fuel.
fungus.
So yeah, I just I wanted to say to anyone who is interested in watching Chaos Walking, I was really hoping for it to be a funny bad movie, but I ended up leaving just being incredibly annoyed by the movie.
Did you physically
I didn't
leave?
really-
Were you in a theater?
Yeah, no, I actually was in the theater.
Wow.
I live in I went to the the Universal City Walk Theater in Los Angeles, which is apparently open. So I was very happy to get there and see the kick-ass Universal movies, Chaos Walking. And I was just, there's so many logical inconsistencies in that movie that just completely just tear me away from the story. And I absolutely despised it. I think it's my least favorite movie I've seen in like the last 10 years.
Awesome.
Honestly.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
so that's just a preface that I want to give people if you're interested in seeing it. And also, just like something on a positive note, my favorite game from last year was Spiritfarer. I recommend it to anyone who loves video games and has a chance to see it. I don't hear enough people talk about it, but anyone who I do see talk about it, they give it heaps of praise, and I think it's one of the most emotionally interesting games I've ever played. It's about helping dead anthropomorphic animals find peace. So
I
think it's kind of funny. It's a more of a community management game, I guess, or like Stardew Valley, where you collect like ingredients and make stuff and build up your boat over time. So something like that. But I think it's fantastic.
It's got a really good rating on Steam.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. I played it through Game Pass. I think Xbox the ones that announced it, so I played it through there. It's a
the trailer. Learn how to say goodbye.
What's it called?
Spiritfarer.
Spiritfarer.
Yeah, F-A-I-E-R.
I think that's
all one word.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I love it, and all of the entire game is hand drawn too.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, all of
that's
the
cool.
environments and the characters are all hand drawn by the animators. So it's really beautiful.
Okay, awesome.
And I fucking want Cuphead DLC. Please come out.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, exactly like Cuphead. I hope that comes out too.
Okay.
It will. It just
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. And Devin.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess him mentioning Stardew Valley got me thinking, have you played Stardew Valley at all?
No. I'm not sure. I've heard the name a billion times, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a farming game with some nice stories within
farming.
it. And good stuff.
I don't know if I want to do farming.
Yeah, and the whole thing was made by one person, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think
And
I've seen other streamers play it while they debate edgelords on the internet.
That sounds okay.
Yeah.
All right. I did have another question, sort of a broad question. I guess I wanted to know more what you thought of Euphoria. Like, what kind of, I guess, criticisms did you have about it, if you remember?
I guess there's only like a couple things that stick out to me. Like, there's just some kind of silly moments. Like, there's this.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are they just gonna like leave their bike on a lawn and no one steals it? You know, like how there's no bike theft happening in this universe, and it's so weird. That's a little nitpicky, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of major criticisms with it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it too. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Don't you think Nate's the worst?
Sorry?
Nate's awful, but his background and everything, and his actor, I think, does an incredible job playing him.
Yeah, isn't he in the kissing booth?
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially when you watch him in the kissing booth and then you watch him in this, I'm like, all right.
Who again? Noah Centineo?
No, Jacob Elordi.
Okay.
I believe he's Australian, which is cool.
Yeah, he definitely has an accent.
Yeah, he does a good American accent. I guess that leads to another question about Euphoria. Do you have a favorite character?
I mean,
kind of a hard question, I know.
Let me hold on. I'm trying to remember one of the characters' names here.
My personal favorite character is Kat, but that's just me.
I like Kat too. She reminds me of the character in Ghost World. If any of you have seen that.
Oh yeah, Ghost World's good.
That's
what's her
been on my
name?
watch list
Dora
for
Birch?
a while.
Yeah, that's who she plays Enid.
Yeah,
that's how you say it. What did you say, Adam?
That's been on my watch list for a while.
Oh yeah,
Ghost World.
it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's very endearing. Yeah, it's got Steve Buscemi in it.
Yeah, and Scarlett
Johansson. Yeah.
Which I didn't realize until I watched it again recently. I'm like, oh, that was Scarlett Johansson. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do like Rue a lot. But a character that
definitely
doesn't show up super frequently that I also like is Ali.
I love Ali. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. In the special episode. Oh my gosh.
That was a really good
He
episode.
does a really good job.
Yeah, those are my two favorite characters.
All right.
All right, thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to ask. Yeah, thank you, and I hope you have a good birthday tomorrow and everything.
I hope I have a good birthday tomorrow too. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for joining. I'm going to. What's that?
I have a quick
Sure.
thing just before I forget. I noticed that they remade that film that you mentioned on your 2015 list called Rams.
Oh yeah.
They remade it?
Yeah, they remade it, and it's very bad. Just
Yeah.
to make sure anybody
Good to know.
who's
2020.
curious on watching it, it's very bad.
I haven't even seen the original.
Yeah.
Watch that one though.
Yeah,
That's it. You just wanted to they remade it instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the PSA. I appreciate it. All right, thank you all for joining. I'm going to make some food. Maybe I'll nap a bit. I don't know. I feel kind of tired. But I should
well
be
rested for tomorrow.
back online on the Twitch, going through the rest of the Adam Pals Breaking Dawn Part 1 stuff in a couple hours, I guess, and then hopefully get that finished up with my left hand.
I just want to point out that apparently someone is a true brony or something.
A true brony? I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's on someone's cam. I don't know. Never mind.
Oh.
Oh, based on a true story. What the fuck? I read that as a true brony. Hilarious.
Oh.
Oh, I was
Based
wondering what that
and
said.
a true brony.
I was wondering.
Based and brony pilled.
Yeah, this entire conversation is based on a true story.
Yeah,
Except
apparently
I'm
there
not
was
a
like
real
an
person.
entire
I
Bob's
never
Burgers
was.
episode about bronies.
All right, I gotta end it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Bye, Adam.
Bye-bye.